All right, hello everybody. We're going to be playing some Dungeons and Dragons with some friends of mine and my daughter Kaylee. We'll be running through the module Hoard of the Dragon Queen. Hopefully, this will become a semi-regular thing, maybe every other week. Why doesn't everybody introduce yourselves?
I guess I'll go first. My name is Doug. I will be playing Ignatius Yuri, the Dragonborn Paladin.
I'm Alli. I'm going to be playing Karen Bramblefoot, Halfling Warlock, as she always is.
I'm Kaylee. I'm ex-daughter. I'm going to be playing Kyla Nightgem, a draconic sorcerer, a dragon-blooded sorcerer.
Cool. And you probably know me. I'm Ek. I am the Dungeon Master, and I will be NPCing Ugg, the Half-Orc Barbarian, and Ileana Kirandor, the High Elf Cleric. And Doug and Alli, do you want to plug your podcast real quick?
Sure. We have an actual play podcast in a custom cyberpunk fantasy world using the Savage Worlds rule set. Our podcast is RPG for You and Me. You can find us on Twitter at RPG for You and Me, and on most major podcast networks. Did I forget anything?
Those podcatchers, you know.
It's a mature content show for language occasionally.
Yep.
So,
well, more than occasionally, probably.
Well, there'll probably be some language here. Probably be PG-13. And I think that's about it. Let's get started. All right. We are... Oops, I got a little silly arrow back there. Let me get rid of that. Bloop. All right. So we are... I have a little map counter, a little map pin where we're at. We have been traveling for a while, looking for rumors and following up on leads that about the Dragon Cult. They've been rumored to be doing a lot of stuff up north, but there's also been rumors that on the northern part of the Sword Coast, but there's also been rumors that they've been stirring up some stuff down here in the south. After a brief stop in you head northeast to Greenest, and you were supposed to be meeting with Leosin. Is that his name? What's his last name?
Leosin Erlenthar.
There we go. Leosin Erlenthar.
I have complicated names in Dungeons and Dragons, and I don't know why.
Because it's all fantastical and amazing. So it's at the tail end of summer, so it's been kind of a warm day. Oh yeah, let me pull up my notes here. I had some ambient. No. I had some ambient sounds I wanted to play while that was going on.
Spooky.
And that's good because I didn't get my GM notes up like I thought I would. I'll post this in chat, just in, what do you call it? And hopefully we won't get any like feedback or anything. Turn that down some. There we go. So it's a nice peaceful summer day. It's getting not quite evening time. You finished your dinner and you're just or you finished lunch and you're just marching out the rest of your day trying to make it to Greenest. You'll probably reach there by nightfall, when all of a sudden you hear the sounds of battle. You hear the sounds of sword on steel, cry out, the neighing of a horse, and the yipping of small scaly kobolds. And you're on like about to crest over a hill. Is there anything you would like to do?
I mean, I'd like to get some eyes on that if we could.
Yeah, I think Yuri immediately perks up at the sound of battle and orients himself and points a great finger and says, "Do you hear? Battle is joined, and so shall we."
All right.
Well, alright, take a beat for a sec. Let's just take a peek.
All right. So it sounds like Ignatius is rip-roaring ready to go. But Karen Bramblefoot wants to take a little peek first. So
She's so small. She doesn't want to be punted across the world just yet.
Should we say anything about our characters themselves?
yeah, if you'd like to.
Alright, well, Ignatius Yuri is it's about 6.5 feet tall. He's a brass dragonborn with brass-colored scales. He's very beefy in the arms and shoulders specifically. He's got heavy mail armor that ends in one of the sort of Roman tunic skirts.
Oh, like with the leather straps?
Yeah, like that.
Neat.
He's got leather sandals that spiral up his calves and have these little wing icons on them. And he's got craggy scales on his fists and frills on his head.
And you use a shield, but just your fist for a weapon, right?
Yes, so he has a dome-like shield on one bicep or one forearm, and a second one strapped to his right thigh, but he fights barehanded.
Cool. What's Miss Karen Bramblefoot look like?
Miss Karen Bramblefoot has a kind of orange robe tunic looking thing on. She's about 4 feet tall, which is, taller for a halfling. Let's not mince that. She has an eye patch, just the one, and some long blonde hair in a braid with a little ornamental jeweled ball at the end, holding it all together. It's very fancy. She has a walking stick that kind of just looks like John Hammond's cane from Jurassic Park, with the amber mosquito and everything.
Oh, nice.
Very flashy.
So, Kyla, what does your character look like?
Let's see. Kyla is a human. She's 5'9". She has lighter skin, long, straight blonde hair, usually up in a ponytail, but sometimes she just leaves it down. She also has just full golden eyes, no pupils or anything, just gold.
Mm.
We'll usually wear golden robes, usually robes of any kind, but she really likes the colors yellow and orange and gold. Anything in the warm spectrum.
Cool.
We're all kind of wearing the same colors already. That's perfect.
In coordination, right?
All right. We'll look at Ugg here. Ugg's a big, beefy slab of half-orc meat. He's not real bright, but his heart's in the right place. He has this huge two-handed axe that he wields. Mainly because Alli said axes are easier to draw than swords.
Yes, they are.
He has this these large claws that are strung together on a necklace around his neck, and this skull on his belt buckle from just different things that he's killed. He was actually gladiator partners with Ignatius back in the olden days. Let's see. His skin is like an olive green. He has small, not too pronounced tusks that come out on the underside, and pointed ears and a small ponytail that is basically chopped off at the top. And let's see. Ileana. She is a high elf. She has on chainmail armor and wields a mace. She usually doesn't do much talking. She leaves that to the rest of the people in the party. And she has blue hair tinged with streaks of purple and green eyes. Mm-mm. So, you guys come over the hill and see... You've been going through these rolling hills and following this lazy path that winds its way up to Greenest. And as soon as you climb the hill, you see this horse-drawn wagon has got itself jammed up into some rocks. And this guy right here on the right, he is... you see him take a spear right in the gut, and he falls over screaming out. Sounds like a younger guy. This guy has a sword and shield, but no armor. And he's already felled one kobold, and he's screaming, "Come on, you scaly bastards! Fight me!" And he's waving around his sword, and but it looks like he's about to be overrun. And you guys are down here, so you can drag your characters out to the...
Oh, I need to tag my icon to
No,
my...
I don't have a background for some reason.
There.
Like, it's not like just a dragon.
Oh, it's transparent.
That's cool.
Nice.
I thought I fixed your token, Doug. We'll have to fix that later.
That's fine.
Oh, I can move everybody, apparently. I'm sorry.
I made it so everybody can move. If you find that annoying, then...
Oh, no, you're fine. So I did have a quick question, since it looks like we're about to dip into combat. One of my invitations, it allows me to cast Mage Armor at any time. Should I just add that to my AC permanently so I don't forget?
I would, and then just take away one of your spell slots.
I think I can just cast it at will. I don't think it
Oh,
is
but you can just cast it at will. So yeah. It's just up unless you've been sleeping for over 8 hours.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Karen's gonna be a tank once more.
Well, +3 armor isn't really a tank, but...
Well, agree to disagree.
Alright. Yeah, let me fix your token real quick, Doug. Change this to HP. Change this to AC. Change this to Ignatius. Save changes, and then edit you. You selected token. Alright, and is this correct? Let's see. Alright, yeah, I think you're good now, Douglas.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, sir. Looks good.
Alright, so if you want, what you can do is... Who would like to control Ugg and who would like to control Ia?
That's whatever.
Yeah, I can take control of either or both. How about I'll take Ugg? I'll do Ugg.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. Kaylee, you want to take Ia?
Sure.
Alright. Okay, go ahead. I've already rolled initiative for everybody. So, if you want, you can roll initiative. And the way you do that, you can Alt double click on your token to bring up your guy. And then just click the initiative in the top middle of your screen. Make sure you have your token selected so you get put into the list automatically. And we'll see what's what. Oh, Ignatius.
oh no!
Oh no. Well, it was my fault for not having it selected the first time.
Oh no, you're fine. You had an 11 on the first one.
There we go.
And it's easy
He
to...
was like, to battle! And then he immediately regretted his decision.
Let me just tie my shoes.
Tripped over a rock.
Oh, it's. I think even if I'm rolling for Ugg, it's gonna show up as my name rolling it.
Okay.
Because I have that selected as my character.
I got you.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Cool. So let's see what we're looking at here. Bam. Oh, NPCs are going first. Ileana, let me make sure your spells are set up correctly.
Oh, somebody asked a question in your stream. They asked if this was 5th edition D&D.
Yeah, Gazra, this is 5th edition, and you might not want to be watching the stream itself, Kaylee, because they can see the GM layer.
Oh, no, I was just looking at the chat. I wasn't actually looking at... I just wanted to see who was watching.
Yeah. So yeah, Ia, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I think she's probably going to try to get to the boy who just got speared.
Yeah, those two kobolds are laughing maniacally, and one of them pulls out the bloody spear, and the boy cries out and falls over. He has a knife, and it falls out of his limp hand. So you'd like to head up there? 1, 2, let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's gonna come up behind this kobold and swing at it with her mace.
Cool, do it.
12 hit.
A 12 will hit. So click mace. Holy cow.
Man, that's decent for a second-level player.
Yes, it is. Oops.
Yeah. That's the noise she makes when she swings the mace.
Yeah!
Yeah!
For some reason.
Like a Pokemon!
So yeah, she runs up, and the kobold doesn't even see it coming. The one in front of her, or the one further away, like tries to warn his friend, and he turns around just in time to get a mace upside the head, and he just crumples to the ground. Let's see, Kobold 1. That's these guys over here, next to the unknown man. Let's see here. Kobolds have this thing called pack tactics, so anytime they're attacking and they have a buddy nearby, they can kind of swarm people. So they get advantage while they have a buddy nearby. So roll that. 16, 18. Yeah, 18 is definitely going to hit this guy. And we'll do that again. Oh, he goes down.
Wonderful.
Yeah. He had backed himself up against the rock, and he's trying to parry and block their blows coming in at him, but they're just too fast for him. He's so he gets stuck a couple of times with daggers, and he cries out, "Oh!" and he falls to the ground. They see Ia though, and so they are going to move over there. This one starts rifling through his belongings. You don't think they've noticed you yet, but this one comes over to help with Ia. All right. Kobold 3. These two, however, do see you, and they are going to throw sling stones at you. This one will go at Ignatius. A 7, will that hit? No.
That will not hit.
And that one will go at Ugg, and I believe that will do... Yeah, I think a 22 is going to hit him. So, take 5 damage, and you can... one thing you can do, I don't know if you're familiar with... How familiar people are with Roll20. You can just click in the item, and you can just type in -5, and it'll do the math for you.
Oh, that's handy.
Where's the item? What are you talking about?
Like when you're taking damage, like I've selected Ugg, and I click the little green circle where his hit points are, and I can type in -5, and it subtracts 5 hit points.
Gotcha.
Also works with
Really
plus.
understood.
All right, so yeah, these two kobolds yip warnings to their friends down below. They're both high up in the trees, and throw two slings your way, and one of them catches Ugg in the thigh. Ooh, Ugg's turn.
Which kobold was it that had hit him with a stone?
This guy right here.
That right there?
I think Ugg also has a javelin, maybe?
Oh my.
Probably does. I didn't look at his character sheet before. He does have a javelin, so yeah. I think as soon as Ugg is hit with a stone, we see that vein bulge in his forehead and his vision blur red, and he laser focuses on kobold number 3 and just begins sprinting full speed in this direction. 5, 6. And he's going to pull out his javelin and try to hit this guy with it.
Do it.
And he's going to activate his rage, so he's raging now.
Nice.
Javelin.
A 13 will hit.
Nice. 6 piercing damage.
Ah! This this kobold. Why won't you come up, Mr. Hit Points? There we go. Yeah. That kobold catches a javelin in the shoulder and screams out in pain, and tumbles down, hitting limbs on the way down until his body's just wadded up on the ground. Let's put a little X on him so I know. Karen. I'm sorry?
I was saying we see the spit frothing from Ugg's mouth as he hurls the spear through the air.
Nice. Karen.
Alright, so Karen can't see over here because there's a wagon in the way. So she's going to try and attack this kobold with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
So here we go.
18 will definitely hit.
Excellent. And is that the damage there? No, that's not. That's a damage, right? That's how it's set up for D&D in here?
Your roll, it's always going to roll 2 rolls in case you have advantage or disadvantage.
Okay.
So take the one on the left, and then if you hit, just click on the name Eldritch Blast, and it rolls damage. There you
Wonderful.
Jeez, man.
Does that do it?
Yeah, it does it. These guys have 5 hit points.
So Karen, I believe, she puts a light hand on Ignatius' bicep and is like, I'm just gonna peek around here, don't mind me, and just like leans around his body to fire from her cool John Hammond cane. An Eldritch Blast of glittering orange.
Glittering orange, okay. Let's see, how many of these guys have you killed? You've already killed 4. Yeah, I think these guys are gonna... Ignatius, you're on deck. It's not your turn yet, but a group of... Oh gosh. No.
Oh no.
I've shifted the entire world. Okay, there we
That's
go.
the power of the DM.
Some more kobolds show up.
Oh no!
They were hidden as well. One of them will sling another sling at Ugg. Oh, crit! 6 damage for Ugg. That was this one. And these two will go after Ia. How far away is that? 20, 60 feet? Alright, that's going to be at... Oh wait, 31, 20 feet. So he's actually going to... 1, 2, 4, and go down there to try to pop Ia one. 17 hit.
Okay.
I'm asking.
No.
What?
She has an 18 armor class.
Holy cow!
My.
Daggum. All right, so yeah, it's the sling just bounces right off of her shield, and she just gives the kobold a look, and he flinches. Let's see, Ignatius, it is your turn.
So, as Karen pats him on the side and, pokes around to fire her Eldritch Blast, he says, "And you wanted to wait!" And then, I'd like to ask you, so I'd like to use his Dragon Breath, his Dragonborn Breath, which is a 5-foot by 30-foot line.
Nice.
And I guess I'm wondering how aiming works with the grids here. Like, I'd like to catch as many of these guys over here in it as I can, because they're sort of lined up, but I don't know.
Ooh, they are lined up.
I could move to maybe here. Could like jump up on the wagon and fire the line out this way, or maybe here.
That sounds good.
Okay. So Yuri leaps into action. Heroic posture, arms akimbo as he runs forward, and he jumps into the air, and we see those little wings on his sandals flutter just a little bit, and he takes like a huge bounding leap into the air that defies normal physics, crashes onto the wagon, and then breathes a line of searing fire that starts here, and he just looks his head up to the sky, and it rakes out in this direction. So, his Dragon Breath, I will post it in chat here. Breath weapon.
Very
they
cool.
They need to make a save. It's a dex save, and my target is 12.
All right. So we'll just do it from closest to furthest. So DC 12. 1, 2, 3. All right. So the wounded one is going to die.
Boy. And it's 7 rounded down would be 3, I guess.
Okay, so they take that too.
2d6. Well, 2d6 damage is the damage.
We'll round in the player's favor. This is a heroic campaign.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, you leap up and spew out this line of fire, and the first kobold sees you, and he raises his arms up in like reverence at you, and as you breathe over him, he just bathes in it, and he screams out in pain, but he seems to be like appreciative for it.
Oh no!
And but then he pats himself out, and he flexes real strong.
Nice. That was my turn.
Kyla, what would you like to do?
Let's see here. I believe if I can have the right tool, Kyla is going to run up here, right behind this rock, and she's going to yell in Draconic so the kobolds can understand. Surrender now, and we may spare you. Let's see, and I just want to know if they do surrender, and if not, she's gonna sling a firebolt at somebody.
Go ahead and give
Yes,
me.
she is.
Go ahead and give me an intimidate roll, I guess. All right. Let's see how froggy these guys are. I will give them a wisdom save on that versus your DC 13.
Sounds good.
Should you have had advantage on that? You guys have just been mowing through these things.
I want to lobby for that because we've seen everyone else in the group has sprung to action except Kyla, and now she's just sort of serenely walking forward in complete command of the situation with her golden eyes. I'd be terrified.
All right. Yeah, we'll say you have advantage. So this is going to go pretty well.
My Dragon Breath Scholar is going to be epic.
Yeah. And then one more roll for some other guys. Yeah, they're the furthest away two. They run away. Like these two, they start running. Actually, just the one in the back starts running. So you can hit him with a firebolt if you want. But the rest of them, like the two that are up in the tree, can't really get down without hurting themselves. And this one doesn't like his chances.
See, yeah, it has a range of 120 feet. I am going to attempt to throw a firebolt at that guy.
Oh, I'm sorry, an 11 will miss. You do have the lucky feat, though, if you'd like to spend a luck point.
Nah, it's not worth it. It's a kobold. He isn't bothering us anyway.
All right. So you hurl a firebolt, and he ducks just in time. It singes his little scaly hide, but he's just hauling ass. He's all you see is his little tail, and he gets down on all fours at one point to jump and skitter away. But the rest have surrendered. I'm going to go ahead and roll a death saving throw for this person.
Can the cleric try to heal him?
Yeah. When it's her turn, but like just the way combat rounds work, he's going to have to roll one death saving throw.
Okay.
So for the boy, he's fine. 20 for the old man. Oh,
Oh,
that's not good. So he takes 2 death failures. Where is that? So he's at -2. If somebody doesn't stabilize him before another round passes, then he is going to be dead.
Oh, gosh.
that was this fella right here.
Yep.
Can I use my sleight of hand to revive him?
I'm gonna steal your soul and put it back in your body.
I do such a good magic trick. It shocks him back to consciousness.
But where did it go?
Ignatius is a paladin with lay on hands, so he will be able to do that,
Okay.
provided he has time.
Yeah, you'll the one kobold has run away, and he yells at his friends, but they, like, the intimidation roll was so good that they're frozen up right now. But you're able to put some healing in him, and why don't you tell me how that looks?
Oh, sure. So I think as Ia is going to assist the young man who had been skewered, Yuri, seeing all of the kobolds either cowering in fear or fleeing, takes a survey of the battlefield, sees that he's unconscious, and then does a nice little flip over next to him, admires his handiwork in dispatching the 2 kobolds, and then leans a benevolent hand down on his forehead with a soft glow as his wounds begin to knit closed. And I'm only going to give him 1 hit point. So he's alive. I don't have that much healing.
Well,
It's enough.
that's enough.
Okay, so Ignatius, he hasn't taken his oath yet, but he's going to be an oath of glory, so he's all about deeds and action. And I think this guy, just dispatched was dispatching the kobolds, but to him it's more, it's a better story if he barely survives, right?
Depends on who you ask.
You get that shot of Ignatius sort of holding him by the neck, and he's just coughing up blood. It's like, you fought well, sir.
Yeah, so let me get my notes here.
Karen's gonna move up.
Yeah, he comes to. What the heck's this guy's name? Okay. He just sucks in this gasping breath, clutching at his wounds, and he's like lets out. He swings at one of the kobolds that's next to him, and he looks around and sees you, and for a second you're a dragonborn, so he's thinking this is it, this is the end. But he sees that you're calmly holding out your hand, and he settles down and he sinks back against the rock. Tom, is he okay?
Yuri will glance around, and I guess he can't really see past the wagons right now.
Yeah, you can see over there.
Okay. Has Ia healed that young man yet?
Yeah, how would Ia like to do that?
Yeah, she thinks this boy is doing, he's not immediately gonna die, but he is in trouble, so she's just gonna get over here as soon as possible and start to heal this guy. Does she need to roll for that, or?
You can either spend a spell slot to return him to consciousness, or you can just try to bandage his wounds with a medicine roll.
Yeah, she's very good at medicine, so I will roll medicine.
Yeah.
You are not kidding.
Yeah, he.
You were never even hit.
No, he was definitely hit. He's still unconscious, but he's stable now, so he doesn't need to make death saving throws anymore.
Really.
So does Ia give Ignatius some sort of visible indicator that the kid is okay?
Yeah, she'll call over the wagon. He'll be all right for now.
All right, and then Yuri will pat the man on the shoulder and says, "Do you hear that? He's going to be fine. No need to worry."
He lets out an audible sigh of relief. Thank the gods. Oh, you came just in time. These kobolds set upon me. And he looks over at the ones that are just kind of standing there. They still have their weapons, and they're still hanging around. But they have surrendered. I'm using my finger quotes. And as you guys are attending to them, they start taking little half steps back or start climbing down the tree a little bit. They look very skittish.
I believe Karen would advance at this point and address the remaining kobolds. So my illustrious Lady Nightgem has decided to spare your lives. Can you tell us why that's a good decision today?
They look at you and they look a little bit confused and say, no kill.
Is that close enough for you?
I guess it'll have to do, won't it? Why did you set upon this old man and his, I don't know, relative, perhaps?
Come to kill them and eat them and take their stuff.
That's not great, I gotta be honest.
What? Didn't kill.
Almost. She raised a hand to waggle at them.
But brave dragons saved them. Very strong.
Very strong.
Yeah, Yuri straightens up just a little bit, looking somewhat full of himself. As well, I have been known for my strength. That much is true.
Kara would step forward and, since they're so close to the place where they're following up on the lead about the dragon cult, she's going to ask the kobolds in Draconic once more, who do you serve?
No one? Are you talking in Draconic or Common?
Draconic.
Okay. Serve no one. Just raiding caravans.
Can I tell if he's lying, or?
Give me let's see. What's a good failure thing for an insight? If you fail your insight, one of the kobold gets away. But I'll tell you, even if you fail, you'll know if this guy's lying or not.
Alright. Oof.
Yoink. So, yeah, you're focused so much on this one, and he's just imploring you that no, I don't serve anyone. I don't serve the dragon called Hail Tiamat. And he like claps his little scaly taloned hands over his mouth, and while you're focused on staring this guy down, you look up and the one that was in the tree is just gone. Damn it!
I could have sworn there was one up there a moment ago. Turns to count them all. 1, 2, 3.
Karen squints from under her eye patch. I don't know. My depth perception's real bad.
If I see another one of you running away, I'm going to jump up and down on you.
No need to. No harm.
Yes,
What
we'll
specifically
see.
are your orders, Kobold?
And he looks down and he's like, raid caravans supposed to do it for cult. Bring treasure back.
I see. And where can we find this cult?
Me? Not supposed to tell.
Don't tell me, and I will set you on fire.
No, tasty human. No, it's okay.
Tasty, huh?
Yes,
about
very
that.
tasty, very tasty. He thinks that's a compliment, but he
Thank you.
he says it's far to the east.
Would Karen have any knowledge of where they might be talking about, as she is a dragon cult infiltrator?
Let's see. Since you are a dragon cult infiltrator, there are a couple of different spots, but you think it's one of like the meetup spots is to the southeast of Greenest. It's about 3 days travel. Or
Gotcha.
2 days travel on foot.
Well, they're supposed to be raiding, I suppose, passing caravans for loot to take back to the cult. I suppose that's how they fund themselves. What should we do with these? I don't know that I feel good about killing an honest opponent.
They could be of use to us. If they work for the cult, then they could somehow get us in. They know the inner workings most likely, or at least the basics.
Well,
That's a fine idea.
I don't trust them. Look at their little eyes. They're so shifty.
No, trustworthy. And he rubs his little hands together.
That doesn't look trustworthy. And she shouts, pointing her finger at him.
I'm pretty sure they know that if they defy us, they are going to be in big trouble.
Yuri will point to kobold number 2, which was the crispiest critter, and to say, you will listen to the good lady Nightgem, or... Just leave it up to them.
They all nod in unison. And they've now clustered up together if you haven't stopped them.
Yeah.
And they're all here. The horses do not like them. But they've all kind of clustered up here, and they're like, oh, no. We're good, friendly kobold. Not bad kobold. Good kobolds.
You're gonna be even better. You're not gonna raid any more caravans. Learn to fish or something. It's not that hard.
No, we work for Dragon now.
Oh, well, good.
No.
Good.
I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean, I think you've just gained 3 employees.
But do we really want them following us around?
You can send them to do things. I don't know.
If
Kyra, what do you think?
I think that they should go back to the cult and tell them that we are not enemies, that we are interested in joining them. They can send a message to us if they want to talk to us about that. But if we gain the cult's trust, we should be able to destroy them easier.
The man has been doting over Tom and carries him and places him in the wagon. It's like, as soon as those things are out of your line of sight, they'll betray you. We're better off taking them to Greenest and throwing them in jail.
Oh, but jails they fill up so fast.
Well, but he might have a point. We're coming to a new town. If we could show up with a present for them or to prove that we're of use, it might help us gain more information. Friendly at least.
Oh, you've already proven yourself to me. I'll vouch for you. You'll be welcome at my inn, and you'll not have to pay for a thing.
What's for dinner?
He says, well, he pats like one of the big barrels. All the cider you can drink, and I'm not sure what meat's available, but whatever we have, it's yours.
There's a mighty rumble that could have been thunder, but comes from Yuri's stomach.
Ugg's stomach is competing.
There's some scratch something.
Karen fishes in her sleeve and starts to pull out hempen rope and says we should just tie them up. But it keeps coming like a magician's scarf.
I do... Yuri is watching the total lengths of rope that amount to be greater than Karen's physical form. I'm not sure how you've done that.
Can't tell you, it's a secret.
Ah, that makes sense. And this guy's name was, is it Sif?
Cliff.
Oh,
I misspelled it. There we go.
I mean, to be fair, Sif is pretty D&D.
That's true.
Very fantasy.
No, we'll take a vote. Sif or Cliff?
I don't know. Cliff sounds more like an innkeeper name.
Yeah, it does.
Sif sounds too fancy.
All right.
Let's go with Cliff.
Like the good lady Sif.
Right.
Wasn't Sif also a very big wolf in Dark Souls?
Yes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Cliff is a character in a book that I read a long time ago.
Nice.
What book is that?
Into Fire, the book about dragons.
Oh, yeah.
I know quite a bit about those books, very peripherally.
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
I like the graphic novels.
So you tie up the kobolds. The horses don't like them to be anywhere near them, and as if they get close, then their eyes start rolling and they're neighing and pulling at their chains. But Cliff groans as he climbs back up into the wagon and puts his sword and shield next to the in the passenger seat and says, You're welcome to ride with me, or we just go along together.
Is there enough room in the wagon for all of us?
Probably not all of you, and somebody will have to walk with the kobolds because the kobolds can't get on. But a few of you can sit there and sit down and rest your feet.
Yuri will walk with the kobolds since they seem to be either infatuated with or afraid of him, maybe both.
Yes, both.
And I think he likes that attention on some level, so...
Did you, do you speak Draconic?
I do. All Dragonborn do speak Draconic.
Okay, yeah, they're talking back and forth about how powerful he was, and yeah, he breathed on me, so I've got some of his power now. And none of that's true, but that's what they believe.
Meanwhile, we get a shot of Yuri sort of looking at his fingernail talon claws and buffing them a little bit, I'm not going to interject here, but I'll let this happen. Secretly, somewhere deep inside, he wonders if he did make them more powerful with his breath.
Probably.
Yuri also has 8 intelligence. I feel that it's necessary to throw out.
Karen has 10, so...
Perfect.
How intelligent is Kyla?
Well, 11.
Okay, oof.
Bunch
Nice.
of average Joes here.
But we're all very charismatic. We're
Yes.
very personable. We just need to make smart friends.
Yep.
She's got a higher wisdom.
That's true.
Karen asks Ugg if he will help her scramble up to the top, like the roof of the carriage, so she can keep eyes on the horizon. Make sure there's no more surprises.
Sure, come here. And he just like picks you up by the scruff of the neck with your leather armor and just lifts you one-handed up into the wagon. You're sitting atop one of the barrels.
Thank you.
No problem.
Kyla doesn't really mind walking. She's probably going to walk on the side. Ignatius and the kobolds aren't walking, just to make sure there's nobody coming from the other side trying to flank them. Because she does know that some kobolds ran away, and she's not sure if they're going to try anything.
Yeah, you're pretty sure they're gone, but the extra vigilance is appreciated by Cliff. So is there anything you want to talk to Cliff about before we make it to Greenest?
Say, good Sir Cliff, is this ordinary? How many kobold grades do you have around here?
Not many, to be honest. I've made this run dozens of times over the past year, or over the past years, and sometimes I have to pay a bandit tax, but this is the first time I've been attacked by kobolds.
So this is new.
Absolutely.
What all are you taking with you in the wagon?
Mainly cider. I make the run about once every few months, and I like to get an extra supply at the into summer and fall to make sure that we don't run out in the winter.
Very forward thinking.
But he has like different supplies, like different dry goods and just basic stuff for inn upkeep and food stuff mainly.
Because he mentioned he had drinks, but if he didn't have food, I would be like, well, then how'd they?
Who is in charge at Greenest?
Oh, that'd be Mayor Nighthill, sir.
It was Mayor Nighthill?
Nighthill, yes.
Nighthill, okay.
So you have
I see.
Impossible.
Yes.
I'll put this. Show to players. Bam.
Tarbaugh. That's a name.
Tarbaugh Nighthill. Yes, he's a fair and just lord, and he rules out of the castle.
Oh, he lives in a castle, does he?
Yeah. Is that a problem?
He shakes his head a bit and says, "No, nothing of consequence.
You don't like castles?
I don't like those who separate themselves from the people they rule over. I find it to be in poor taste."
It's
Of the architecture.
That's a good defensible structure. If we didn't have a castle, then the people couldn't come to it for safety. That's what it's there for. It's not to lord over the peasants. Nighthill's a good guy.
Well, I hope that is true. Is there anything happening in the area that we should be aware of?
Nothing that I can think of. I've been away from town for a couple of days. But, yeah, there's no festivals planned or anything like that soon. Harvest Festival's still a couple months out.
Let's see.
Should be a nice lazy trip to Greenest.
Oh, I was afraid of that. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Just wanted to know if anything interesting was happening.
Cliff, to that, Cliff rubs some of his wounds and says, "Careful what you wish for, boy."
Karen thinks about that for a sec. She's like, "How old are you, boy?
He's
Are you a boy or a man?"
I'm talking to...
Yeah, I'm still talking
okay.
to Ignatius. I just don't know. It's so hard to tell.
well.
I'm a man grown.
Alright.
The Cliff's an older guy. He's broad chested, and where's his description, y'all?
I can see from his icon he has burly arms.
Yes.
Carrying meat chests.
Sorry.
I'll take care of the burly arms around here. Thank you very much.
So will Ugg, and
No, we've been over this.
and so will Kobold number 3.
Wasn't that called number 4?
Probably. It's hard to tell.
He's got those ropey muscles.
He's just shredded.
So Cliff's a grizzled man with a thick local accent, shaved head, graying stubble, and he's a retired army vet. He still wears a faded sash around his waist bearing the national colors, and he's also pretty bruised up and battered right now because he got stabbed a few times by a bunch of kobolds. So yeah, that's Cliff, and he hops on the wagon, and you guys head out. We good?
Oh, do
Yeah.
kobolds have any loot with them? The dead ones?
Oh yeah, loot for the kobolds. Let's see, how many of them did you kill? 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's still 4. 5.
Looks like 5, yeah.
Roll, let's see, 76. We'll roll 76 silver pieces. 30. Woo. And 1d6 gold.
Wonderful.
Oh, nice.
Quite a bounty for heroes like ourselves.
Yep, and then they also had some weapons. They either had a dagger or a sling, and a couple of them had a dagger and a sling, and one of them had a spear. But pretty much, yeah, you can load that up in the wagon and see what you can get for it in town.
Kyla, she's just looking at the gold. She loves gold. She has gold dragon blood in her, so she just loves gold.
Well, good news.
We get a shot of Yuri picking up one of the slings and sort of whirling it around, not over his head, but at one side, like it's a toy, with just very poor dexterity. Trying to make it. He's trying to get with the rhythm, but he can't seem to time it right, so it never actually spirals correctly.
And Ugg steps forward like, no, what you gotta know about this?
Continue while they're caravanning.
Yeah, I don't think Ugg's interested in that little piddly sling. That's kobold weapon stuff. All right, where are the players? Bam. Oh, Doug, they changed the, what do you call it? They changed how the different map selection works now. Now you don't have to, like, go in little brief stopovers to make it to a map that's far to the right in your list.
Oh, really?
Yep.
How does it now slide with the menu, or?
There's a scroll up and down, so you can use your mouse wheel. So you can pick up the players and then mouse wheel, and it's in a nice, easy to use window.
That's nice. Okay, I'll look forward to that next week.
Cool. So,
oh, do we have a party loot? Oh, did you say you were keeping track of loot, or are we just gonna have a party loot document?
just throw it in your note document if it's okay to make that just public for everybody. Or I can make one and make that public for everybody.
Gotcha.
Either
Do you
one.
just want to make it in the Roll20 client? Mine's a Google Doc, but
I prefer Google Docs because if multiple people edit it, the last one in wins. So if 2 people are editing something and save, one of their changes will get blown away. Where Google Docs is a lot more robust.
all right, then we create it. and I will share it with you guys momentarily.
Thank you. I really like this map. It looks so like softly watercolored, but like with some colored pencil on top. It's a nice map.
There's a lot of good assets in the Hoard of the Dragon Queen.
Okay, so I guess what I'll do with this is I'll just put the link in the chat here, and you guys can pull it up there, and then I can just share it individually later on.
Many thanks.
It says access denied.
Yep, you can request access. Oop.
Well, I see the castle that I am feeling more distrustful of.
Cool. So let me pull out a token. Who's your fearless leader?
Probably our good lady Night Gem. She's the smartest of all of us.
She knows a lot about dragons, but she's pretty mediocre about everything else.
Wow.
Well, Karen only knows 3 magic tricks, so you got her beat.
All right. So you're clip-clopping down the road and make your way into this nice little lazy town. Off to the right, you see this weathered castle that's been standing for centuries, and it's just a nice, peaceful town. The closer you get, like the more excited Cliff gets as he's getting closer and closer to be back home. And since you guys have traveled for a little while, Tom has also regained consciousness, and he's wincing at the bumps and ruts that the wagon hits, but he manages to make it into town without dying. He seems pretty fascinated with Ignatius, and probably a little bit scared of Ugg.
How old is Tom?
He's about 15.
Okay.
So not quite a man, probably considered a man in this time, but
Gotcha.
definitely still a young person.
A whippersnapper.
Cool. All right, so let's see. He pulls the wagon around, and let's see. Let's pick a building for the inn. I was thinking this one way over here. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
It's a nice long one, sort of honestly.
So yeah, you
My character got dragged out.
nice. All right, so on the front is this is a wooden sign with a hand painted pig. The pig is just way over the top fat, and it has red rosy cheeks, and it's called the Blushing Sow.
Aw.
It's starting to be night starting to fall, and you see peaceful. You're greeted by the smell of cooking fires, and oh, there we go. I do have the map pin. There we go. Sorry, Night Jam. Bam. This is more.
God, she's gone.
More party neutral. And the smells just seem to get better the closer you get to the inn. Inside, through the smoky glass, you see people drinking and just relaxing and having a good time. There's not a lot of travelers here, but a few of the locals definitely come here to drink. And yeah, as soon as normally Tom runs out ahead, but he's not doing that this time. And he Cliff pulls the wagons around back and calls out, and an old woman with wire rim glasses perched on her nose comes out and sees her battered and bloodied husband. It's like, oh, what happened? Are you okay? What happened? And she's like freaking out. He calms her down. Yes. That's these bold adventurers. They came just in time and saved us. We were beset by kobolds. What'd you guys do with the kobolds when you're coming into town? There is a prison that is in the keep. But I
kind of imagined. I sort of imagined Ignatius was like had them on a leash of the rope that was around all of them at once.
Yeah, little kobold chain gang.
Yeah, I think he would go and deposit them. Maybe just be holding the entire bundle of kobolds up, like a present, and just say, "We captured these bandits on the road. We thought we might deposit them here with you."
Yeah, the Ugg will go with you. And does anybody else want to go with them?
I think Karen's gonna try and help unhitch the horses instead. She's not very tall or very good with animals, but she's trying to help out.
That's fair. And Kyla, what would you like to do?
I'm probably gonna stay here because, yeah, Karen's gonna need some help with the horses.
She's just so small.
Yeah, I think Ia would probably stay there too. She's not interested in the kobolds or going to a prison or anything like that. So she'd stand by, making sure nobody needs healing. So real quick, Ignatius, you take your string of kobolds up to the keep. The guards start looking at you askance. So, what have we here?
Oh, just a couple of ne'er-do-wells. Accosted the good Cliff on his way back into town.
Did they? Well, we got a nice room in our inn for them. Right this way, boys. And he takes you at your word and takes the one of the lower rank guards takes the string from you and leads them back in. Nice work. You said they attacked Cliff. Is he okay?
Oh, well, he is now that we found him. He'll live. He's made it back. He seems to be in good spirits, all things considered.
He nods. Good. I'd hate for something to have to happen to him. And he says, like, the guard's about to go back inside, and he says, 1 second, and then he like cuffs one of the kobolds on the back of the head. It's like, all right, you can go now. Can I help you with anything else?
Well, I didn't know if there would be a bounty for casting such bandits on the road.
There hasn't really been a problem. They've been having issues out east, but I'll go ask, but I don't think so. And he sends somebody off.
Well, it's worth looking into, at least. If not, then I suppose this one's on the house.
Well, I'm sure Cliff will take care of you at the very least. He's a good man.
He seems as such. He mentioned the Lord who oversees these lands, a Mayor Tarbon Nighthill.
Yes.
What are your feelings on this man?
Oh, he's a good man. He's honorable, firm but fair.
I see. I'm glad to hear that.
I picture Ignatius kind of looking up at the castle, squinting.
Yeah, those narrowed eyes, arms crossed over his chest.
Is he? Well, good for him.
So, out of character, so the west and east, there's been problems, but Greenrest has been left alone.
No, there's been problems to the east. There hasn't been. You guys came from the west and haven't run into anything. Is a really big town in Sword Coast. It's one of the major cities, and they haven't had any issues with the dragon cult.
Okay.
I think the only other thing that Yuri will ask this guy is there anything that we should know about your fine town as newcomers?
Keep your nose clean, and the Blushing Sow is a great place to go get a drink and put your feet up after a long walk on the road. If you're looking to give worship, there's a large church in the southeast section of town. He can't point it out from where you guys are, but that's this building down here in the southeast.
Oh, who's their worship?
They'll be holding services in a few days.
Yuri would not ask because he doesn't care, but what is the denomination? What god do they worship here?
Let's see. It doesn't say in the module, but I would think probably a god of the harvest, hearth, and home. And I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with Faerun much, so
That's fine.
I don't know who that is off the top of my head.
Demeter, got it.
I was just making sure it wasn't like a Tiamat church or something.
Oh yeah, Tail Tiamat.
I didn't know if it would matter to the town as a whole, but if it's not, then it doesn't matter.
He looks for
He's
suspicious
talking about that. He's
statues.
like, yeah, there's a church right down the road. You know, you want to go worship, and Yuri's just sort of nodding, not even looking at the guy. Just, Well, I think I'll be off then. Let me know if your friend finds out about that bounty.
Yeah,
He's just Yuri. You can call me Yuri. Everyone does. It's my name.
all right then, Yuri. We'll send somebody out to greet you at. Will you be staying at the Blushing Sow?
At least temporarily. I believe that's the case.
All right. Well, I'll send one of my men out for you.
Thank you. And he'll make his way back.
Cool.
Keeping his eyes open on the way back for any signs of cult activity. It's like all these normal, happy villagers wandering past, beautiful sunset, and Yuri's just squinting around at everything.
Yeah, there's some kids playing over.
Cultist.
You hear the just the sound of kids playing in the distance as the sun's going down. As you kind of walked up the hill, you got some attention. They started seeing, hey, those guys have kobolds, and that's like a dragon man and a half orc that's super huge. So you definitely have some of the braver kids coming up to look and stare and gawk. And hold on a second, chat's asking a question. How goes the adventure? I think the adventure's going pretty well. We just killed some kobolds and saved an innkeeper. We've made it We've made it into the town of Greenest, and that's where we're at right now.
I think Yuri he does very much like attention, so if kids are sort of coming up and staring and stuff, he's not the type that would, intimidate them or try to make them scared. I don't know that he'd approach them, but maybe we get a couple shots of him sort of like flexing, maybe picking one up by his bicep to prove how strong he is.
Do you activate your jumping boots?
Yeah, I think he'd do that to show off. He has the boots of striding and leaping, I think they're called.
Oh, I have those in another campaign. Those are awesome.
Yeah, so those are sort of his winged sandals, so he can use that to jump up to 3 times farther than usual, still within his normal range. But he'll definitely use that to wow a group of kids.
Showboat.
Oh, he's absolutely he has a gladiatorial background.
Yeah, like that.
Absolutely, he's a showboater.
So yeah, you can leap up onto like one of the roofs of the building that looks sturdy enough to support you, and then leap back off of it, and the kids are like, "Whoa, that's amazing!" Uggs gets a little bit more and more sullen as you're getting more and more of the attention, and then as you guys make it to the intersection, he just, and then all the children just scream and scatter.
I think Yuri does get a kick out of that still, though, because they're all friends. So this has probably happened so many times, right?
This probably isn't the first time, no. Nor do I think it will be the last. But yeah, you make it over to the inn. So yeah, while we were over here dropping off kobolds, the woman was doting on Cliff, and she's like, I'm fine, woman." He gets some people from inside the tavern to come help unload the wagons, offering them a free drink for their trouble. And they start getting the wagon unloaded, and he goes inside and washes up, gets his wounds cleaned by Ileana, and Tom gets the same treatment. But then you're welcomed in. Opal says, like, if you guys try to help with the wagon, then she's like, no, you go inside. You go inside right now. And she shoos some people away from the central table. And then she just starts feeding you. The meat of the day is venison, and she's got some delicate, like, little pastries that are frosted, and she makes sure and brings those out. And there's fresh fruit, and just she goes all out. Whatever you ask for, she's like feeding you extra helpings and just piling up on your plate. She's like, eat. Heroes need their energy, and that's about the time. We do. And that's about the time Ugg and Ignatius come inside.
Yuri, did you get my rope back?
Your what now?
Alright. Guess I need to get some more rope then, don't I?
Well,
Magic rope.
Yes, magic rope.
She pulls a little bit more out of her sleeve.
Opal looks a little bit worried. Well, I don't have magic rope, but I can get you regular rope.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure? I don't
hard
mind.
Time.
Okay. Yeah, and
this is delicious, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality for
Yeah.
us, wandering adventurers.
yeah, you let's see. Here's a description of inside the inn. There's polished dark oak floors. There's a big dripping chandelier in the center with multiple candles. There's a local bard singing near the hearth, and just the smells from everything that's being cooked in the kitchen and what's on the plates in front of you is just overwhelming your senses. Let's see. That's enough of that for now. And yeah, as soon as you're saying you're wandering adventurers, the bard looks over at you and definitely pays attention to you while he's still singing his song and telling his stories. But after he finishes up his song, he's about to come talk to you. But yeah, Ugg and
Is he cute?
he's a bard, so yeah, he's cute.
Nice.
Ooh, tea. Nice. Do you have the adventure card love interest?
Well, I don't want to waste that on anybody who isn't a mayor.
Nice. So yeah, give me just a second. I'm going to stop the recording here for just a second.
Alright.
So we are inside the inn at... Ooh, got myself a follow, and my notifications still aren't working. That's great.
Surprise, it was me!
Oh, nice. Thanks for the follow.
I thought I'd done it a long time ago, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Let's see. So we are in the inn of Greenus called the Blushing Sow. And the innkeeper's wife is plowing them with food because they just saved her husband. And the bard has heard, since they've been inside, the innkeeper has been just talking about the heroic deeds of the party, and it's getting grander and grander with each telling as he gets a little bit more and more ale in him. And if you guys want to spend some healing energy on this guy, then we'll get like a rest to replenish those resources. But otherwise, he's going to be like beat to crap.
I think Yuri will spend the remaining lay on hands power that he has to heal him up when it's clear they're not in further danger, because
and in front of other people.
So he has 9 points remaining since he gets 2 times his level, 5 times his level. Only
Nice.
2. He gets 10 total, and he already spent 1.
Yeah, that'll bring him up to full, and he's just like, he's grateful. It's like, wish you'd have done that sooner, but he understands.
Maybe he makes a comment about, being harmed or something like that, and Yuri, finishing his drink, just stands up and gets the crowd's attention before putting his hand on him and healing him further to just get that reaction.
Nice.
Oh, wow!
He just sort of waves his hands like, keep it coming.
Oh, does the bard know any songs about Lightbringer?
Do what?
Does the bard know any songs about Lightbringer, the Gold Dragon?
Let's see. I think that he would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Karen pounds the table. Lightbringer!
No, he will reach back into his memory banks and try to pull something up.
So help you, Bard.
See how good
Otherwise,
he
you gotta
does.
teach him some, right? You gotta teach him some songs about Lightbringer.
I think
And maybe one about...
I think right now he's going to get the advantage on this roll, and pretty much, yeah. Let's just see what happens. That's pretty good. Yep. All right, so yeah, he tells. Do you want to go ahead and tell the story about Lightbringer, Kaylee? Do you have one off the top of your head?
Oh, sure. Okay. So, way back when Lightbringer was, let's say, young to adult gold dragon, he had this rival, and this rival was a very, very evil black dragon. This black dragon was about equally as powerful and was trying to overthrow Lightbringer just because he wanted more power. It would be good for him if he defeated a gold dragon, etc. And basically what happened was the town that Lightbringer lived by, or he was passing through, they offered to help him defeat the army the black dragon was creating. And they made allies with some other people, and they actually managed to defeat the black dragon. And Lightbringer, gifted them with with dragon blood.
Awesome, very awesome. Go ahead and give yourself inspiration.
Ooh,
Nice.
And same for you, Uri. You've been doing a lot of good role play and cheesing up your glory houndness.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you.
Guys, I never picked a musical instrument for Karen. What do you think she would play?
Well, Yuri's is the duduk, so just don't pick the duduk.
Okay, she picks a bigger dudek.
No! No!
It's taller than she is.
It's so much better.
She makes him carry it.
You could play a violin like a cello.
Oh, that's cute. I like that, actually.
Nice. Actually, Ugg plays the war drum.
Checks out.
Does Kyla play an instrument?
I don't think so, no.
That's okay.
Maybe Karen plays like an upright bass, but like not electric. I
Is
just
that
like
easy
bass.
to transport around for her 4-foot frame?
Not at all.
Maybe Ugg carries it for you.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
it.
Ugg carries it. Nice.
Thank you, Ed.
You're welcome.
Might change that later if it's hard to draw.
Nice.
We'll see.
Cool. So yeah, since the tavern goers are already happy that that Cliff got to make it back okay, and there's some cool adventures here, and he's been giving away like cheap drinks and stuff like that. The song goes really well, and after the bard is done playing his song, he comes over and greets you. Hail and well met, hearty adventurers.
Oh, hail and well met.
So, you saved Cliff, did you?
Well, not to brag or anything, but we definitely did.
It's like, yeah, I'd love to hear your take on it. See how much of Cliff's story is true. And Cliff's in the back now, but
You said he had begun to embellish it at some point.
yeah,
How much?
It was up to like
to what point?
about 20 kobolds were attacking you at the very end, and you had Ugg had like carved through 4 of them with his great axe in one blow, and because of some shenanigans that Kyla and Alli did, they were all in this big line, and you just torched a big row of them, and all kinds of fun stuff
right.
like that.
I think Yuri, who is several drinks deep at this point, says, "That's generally how I remember." And he's like, "I know that Ugg could have done that. I don't know that I saw it, but that sounds like Ugg."
You see, I'm so low to the ground that it's hard for me to get a full sweep and battlefield view, so yes, that is exactly what happened.
He says, "You forgot the part where good Lady Nightgem came and commanded them all to surrender, and they collapsed into a heap crying."
It was amazing. She is so sparing. You know, she just loves to... She takes another drink because she is pretty drunk already.
Hopes the conversation
Yep,
moves on.
absolutely.
I think Karen makes an excellent point.
She nods into her drink.
And the bard nods, and he's actually taking notes, and before the night plays out, he has woven together a small melody and a basic song that extols your virtues and things like that. And the night goes on, and eventually things wind down. Nobody does come and give you a bounty for the kobolds. And that's about it. People stay up late and have a good time. And I guess I can stop playing these woodland sounds because we're no longer in the woods.
That's what's causing Discord to wipe out.
Yeah, we're still getting some crackly audio on our end.
Well, I just turned my head. Sorry. I'm trying to look over here.
I just don't want to miss any of your world building.
Yeah.
Word. Let me go replace my headphones. I will be right back.
I think this is going really well, you guys.
I'm having fun. I assume the stream is still running, so I hope anyone watching is having fun too. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello, people
out
in
there.
the ether that I've never met, but still feel kinship with because you're watching us here.
And we all love a D&D.
We do. That's why, I presume that's why we're all here. It's wonderful to see all of you. I'm glad you could make it.
When you do that, your neck tendons get so pronounced. You have to just bring it forth from the core.
I have to bring it forth from the diaphragm. That's what they say. Yes, down here. I suppose I couldn't go alone. This sounds weirder.
Oh gosh, is she asleep again?
Yeah, she's a
She's
cat.
just
She always
hanging
sleeps.
off the ottoman.
Just woke her up.
Oh, never mind, she will.
Even at his
Yeah.
computer.
It just picked. Maybe it's because it's like. I wonder if it's the Discord settings.
What do you mean?
Because, like, sometimes it would cut out for me when I had the settings, like, to blank out lower things, and they like, have a new feature that's, like, noise reduction.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I haven't really messed with any of that.
I don't know.
It's possible. I know it has, like, the auto sensitivity detection for if you have open mic.
Kaylee, what do you think we should do?
After we're in the inn?
Yeah. Maybe
I
we
think
could
we
go
should
talk to the mayor or something.
Yeah, and I think after that we should probably head east where the trouble with the cult is. That is our
That's-
job, after all.
That's true.
Gonna cause more trouble.
In that bubble.
Yeah.
We should make sure the church isn't evil.
I don't think Yuri even said anything about the church to
That's
you guys.
fair. We wouldn't even know about the church.
I mean, you could have. We're at the bar. He's just like, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, if I'm going to extol someone's virtues, they're going to be mine. That's how this all works.
I'm a hero.
I get swole.
All right, so we were just winding up with the nice inn encounter. Eventually, you make your ways up to the rooms, and in each of them, there's just a thick tallow candle on the nightstand. What's obviously handcrafted quilts. You're assuming sewn and knitted by Opal, and it's just a nice homey environment, and you're not in the bed for long before you just completely lose consciousness. It's just a good day.
It's a good bed.
I'd like to say that Yuri makes a point of admiring the hand-stitched quilt because he has proficiency with weaver's tools and is proficient in stitching up clothing himself.
With his big hands?
He has a 10 dex, so he's
okay.
He's okay at it.
He's
He's
all
not
right.
great, but he admires the fine stitching.
Yeah, well, it's this is the kind of skill you get after doing it for years and years and years and years. It's definitely well worn. A lot of people, it's seen a lot of use, but it's good handiwork.
We get a shot of Yuri standing, looking out into the night at his window, holding the quilt, clutching it to his chest with new determination that maybe one day he can be this great.
And they will sing songs of his knitting skills.
I have a question about Yuri. You said he had the frills on his head, but does he have like the fanning out face or horns, I guess, that the brass dragons have?
Yeah, he had when I said frills, they're sort of these crescent, like on his cheeks that go out to the side, and I imagine he does have some sort of horns, but I hadn't determined what those would be. Do you have a cool idea?
Oh no, I was just confirming, like, I just remembered that brass dragons had the whooshy thing, so.
That's the best description of them
Whooshy.
that we could have
The
possibly
whooshy
come
thing.
to. That's perfect.
I've
That's
never
what they are,
looked
right?
at a brass dragon before. They look really cool.
Yeah.
That's scientific. That's their scientific name, the whooshy frills.
So maybe he doesn't really have horns so much as just the whooshy frills on the sides that point up into their own sort of horns at the end, but...
Does he have the craggy little beard on the chin?
Yeah, I think that's appropriate. Looks fancy to me.
Yeah,
I'll let Alli bring that to life at some point.
at some point. Dragons are so hard.
Sorry that I played one.
I'll just draw you slightly goofier than the rest of the characters.
Okay, so my next character, it's going to be Aarakocra. Lots of feathers. More feathers than you could have possibly imagined.
You're the worst, Doug.
I know. I know.
I love Aarakocra. They are amazing.
Just draw him left-handed, Alli. You'll be fine.
Yes!
How about this? But you can never see his feet.
That's it.
Okay.
That's the one.
I'll trade feathers for feet.
All right. Okay. So you're in a deep sleep, and just something's tugging at your consciousness, and eventually you realize that there's a bell ringing somewhere, and in the distance you hear someone shout, "Fire!"
Kyla's just gonna jump the heck up, get into whatever robe she has, cast mage armor, and then just try to get everybody else up. As soon as she hears that, she's just like, let's do it.
So
Karen jumps up much the same, but she's like, I didn't do it!
I'm a hero. You can't charge me.
That's my purse, I don't know you!
Can't prove anything. Yuri is a man of action, so I think as soon as there's any indication that something is happening, he wants to be involved in it and potentially solving it.
Yeah, anyone with their windows open can smell smoke on the air, and it's not like these, like the normal cooking fires. It's more acrid, more foul. Something in town is burning. And you look out your window and you see that this building looks to be starting to be on fire.
Oh no. Is there so much fire everywhere that there's no sense in trying to put something out?
Nope, that's the only fire that you see.
And it's the inn itself is what's on fire?
No. Sorry, I was pinging.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Okay.
Northwest, this one building up here.
We must make haste. There may be somebody trapped in there.
Agreed.
So yeah, people put on their armor real quick and grab their stuff and head out the door.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Is there like a canon description for mage armor?
No.
Or does it kind of just look like whatever?
I think it's sort of meant to be an invisible force that deflects blows in some way, but I think flavor-wise, you can probably call it whatever you want to.
What if all of Karen's magic looks sparkly and gold? Like Lightbringer?
Nice. Yeah.
Covered in a sparkly sheen.
Like in Mass Effect, is it Sentinels who get the extra
Yeah,
biotic armor or something?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
That's cool, okay. Neat.
I'll be right back. I'll just take like 2 minutes. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No problem.
No worries.
Cool Mass Effect reference.
Dude, Mass Effect's my life. It's so good.
In a way.
In a way.
So if anyone's in chat, can you still hear me okay? Making sure the audio's okay. Cool.
Tech armor is a cool reference. It comes up so rarely with the NPCs in that game.
Huh?
The tech armor, like you run into so
Yeah.
few NPCs that have it, but when you do, you're like, oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You only fight like 2 vanguards in the whole, and all of Mass Effect 3.
Well,
I'm
it's 'cause
pretty
if you fought
sure.
more, they destroy you. Because vanguards are amazing.
They're so cool. I just want to charge and detonate every time. I don't need to do anything else.
Nice.
Oh, Shepard's a dynamo.
Oh boy.
I was doing really well in my Insanity playthrough until I got to stupid Grisham Academy, and I just quit.
Insanity playthrough?
Yeah.
It's the highest difficulty level.
I just wanted that last achievement, but I don't think I'm ever going to get it.
Oh, you can do it if you want.
It's just so hard.
That's alright. You've played and beaten many other games.
All right, I'm back.
Cool.
Welcome back.
Welcome, Chris.
So is this the place that we're running to? This isn't the castle, right?
Nope. The castle is like the south is kind of central in the middle, east of where your pin marker is. The building that's on fire is further northwest. It's like on the edge of town.
Do we know what that building is, or is it just a building?
Yeah, I don't think anyone here knows much about Greenest.
That's fair. Yep. But
All right.
So is this home just an inferno at this point, or is it still
No.
like it's building?
It looks like it's building.
Okay.
You someone screamed out fire, and it looks like some people were starting to move over towards it, and you're running up to see what's going on as well.
Sounds good.
I am able to extinguish small fires with prestidigitation. Can I start doing damage control a little bit?
Once you get closer, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you. As you get closer, it's night out. The moon is full though, so there's enough light to see by. Oh, and one other thing I was going to say, Kaylee and Alli, go ahead and take the light cantrip if you don't have it yet. You just get that for free for having Lightbringer as a patron.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Many thanks.
It's a cool cantrip too. Lasts for like 10 minutes. You can cast it on a rock and then throw it, and then you throw a rock that's a light now.
Mm-hmm. It's very cool. I've always loved that spell. All right, so yeah, as you get closer, you see a group of people that look confused over here. They were like heading up to, looked like they were going to help, but they've stopped. And then as you get closer, you see why. Silhouetted by the fire, you see the shadowy forms of several kobolds and a few taller humanoids that looks like they're arguing with each other.
What's going on? Karen says, huffing from running.
Are you trying to address the kobolds or the people that are milling about?
The people.
Okay. So they look and they're like, I don't know. What are those things? Never seen one of those.
They're exceedingly rude. We're on it.
Okay. Yeah, as you get...
That is their sign. Name. Exceedingly rude.
Exceedingly rude.
So
Look at all those exceedingly rudes. Better take care of them.
That's just a group of kobolds. Oh, rude.
At a quick glance, how many kobolds do we see?
You see maybe 3 or 4, but it looks like there's more around. And then you also see 2 humanoid figures, and it looks like they're arguing with each other about something.
Okay. And the humanoid figures are sort of with the kobolds?
Maybe.
or they're walking around, like the kobolds aren't making beelines for those people, and they're clearly not.
They're not fighting each other. They're just like gesturing at each other and brandishing weapons, but they're not actually fighting.
Gotcha.
I am looking for... That's Random Battle Camp. I didn't have a map for this one yet. So... let's go back to... here. Give me a second to set some stuff up.
Sure.
Take your time.
It's a classic move. That's what I do. Just go to a blank screen and hastily draw a map. It's like, I didn't prepare for this.
Kyla will turn to the people that look confused, and she's going to ask them if they know of anybody that would be inside of there or live inside of the burning building.
They say, yes, that's old man... somebody's house.
Old man somebody.
Old
Better get
man
him out.
somebody.
He's the greenest institution.
It's classic.
How do you know, old man somebody?
A few of us can take care of the kobolds while the rest of us go to the fire. There might be somebody still in there.
I'm not fireproof. I'll stay out here. Alright, go to.
He has resistance to fire.
Nice.
Nice.
That'll come in useful.
Useful, yes.
Oh, there's an apple seed in my apple.
If the 2 humanoids outside, are they sort of barring the way to the entrance?
There's a fence around the place, and but it's not high. It's like more for show than anything. It's only about 2 feet tall, so you can just step over it.
Does it have spikes on the top of it?
Nope.
Like
It's just a placed stone wall. Just like loose stones that's just piled together to make just a little barrier.
Kyla will approach the kobolds. Like, she won't get close enough for them to attack her, but she'll be within speaking range, and she'll ask, why are you attacking this building, or this town?
All right. 1 second. Give me... So we have, let's go on the map layer. Bloop. We have like the little wall that's down there. And then the large building that's up here. And what else do we have? We've got probably a fire somewhere. It looks like the entrance has been set on fire, and then the right side of the building is starting to catch too.
Wait, kobolds can't breathe fire. Do they have any, like, kind of torches or something that they use to set it on fire?
Yeah, they have. Looks like they have some torches and some oil and some other things like that.
Ah, I see.
Ah, no. Sorry.
And where are the humanoids standing?
Getting there in just a second.
Oh, sorry. I'll just wait.
Sorry, this is definitely stuff I should do in the downtime between games.
You're fine.
You're fine.
Humans.
I keep imagining Yuri with like a smug cat face.
I don't think you're too far off from that. Cats love praise.
I'm always imagining Yuri with just like this heroic expression.
Just standing there like the tick.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's pretty in line.
Yeah. That's very good.
I'm nigh invulnerable.
You're on the right track there. I would never be
thank you.
filled
Oh
by
my
a dragon such as you.
Look at that kobold. That's a lot of kobolds.
Oh.
Not nearly enough.
Alright, so yeah, you guys can place yourself about 30 feet away from the kobolds when a little bit further away since Kyla didn't want to be in combat yet. When she calls out to them, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you attacking this?" Before you do, like the last thing that you catch, like one of the kobolds or one of the people's yelling at the kobold, "It's too soon, you moron!" And they're like, "Fire! Fire! Ah!" And they've thrown their oil onto the building, and it just goes up like this splash of fire just licks up the sides of the walls. So the door is right here in this area, and other than that, that's what you see. You ask them, what are they doing? And this guy in these blue robes says, "Attack them!" Let's roll for initiative.
That sounds like a plan.
Karen cracks her knuckles and rolls initiative.
This time I'll remember to select my token first.
I almost forgot.
Because that's the type of player I aspire to be. Yes, initiative. And ugh.
Not doing too bad, you guys.
Oh yeah. 21 in a team. That's where it's at right there.
Let's wreck some
Haha,
tiny
I did
lizards.
not waste my good roll on Ugg. Ugg's not trained for fire safety, so
He's probably just surveying the surroundings, making sure everything's good, nobody's sneaking up on you.
of course.
All right, let's sort this descending. Blam. So can you guys see the turn order?
Yes,
Oh,
I do.
Cool. All right, so it looks like Kyla is top of the order, followed by Ileana. What would you like to do, Kyla?
Alright, Kyla's gonna come up to this wall here. And she's gonna say she remembers that the kobolds were just super amazed by the brass dragonborn before, and she's like, leave now and you may acquire some of this brass dragonborn's power. I'm not sure like what their whole culture thing is, but she remembers they're like, oh yeah, we got some of his power now. She's like, watch, I have some of it too, and she's gonna like sling a firebolt at one of
That's great.
the
Yeah.
humanoids.
All right. Let's see. Go ahead and give me a deception roll, but go ahead and attack one of them first.
Okay, attack the humanoid. 16.
Nice.
All right, that will definitely hit.
Roll for damage.
Yes.
8 fire.
Nice.
Yeah, this. You want to describe that for me?
Oh yeah, as she says that she has some of the Dragonborn's power, she just steps forward and this ray of fire, not really a ray, but like this line of fire just extends from her arm out through her fingertips, and it just hits the person in the chest.
All right. Yeah, it does.
Her hand's still glowing afterwards.
Nice.
That's cool.
Go ahead and give me a deception check.
Okay.
Yeah, I might have given you advantage for saying that, but it's kind of unbelievable. And these guys have their orders, so it was just rolling normal. But you got a 23.
Nice.
So you want them to leave now, and then they'll
Yeah.
get some of the power. Okay.
Leave or stand down, something along those lines.
All right. So yeah, these three will. These three hear what you have to say, and they start. Let's give them a wisdom save. See how many of them go.
Just all of them fail.
All right. Yeah.
Really, it should be intelligence because they have no chance here.
Yes. So when it's their turn, it looks like they are going to fall back and say, "Oh yes,
Dragon!
dragon!" Go start more fires!
No doubt.
Ileana, it's your turn. Karen, you're on deck.
Let me see what
All right.
spells she has. Let's see, it looks like we have nothing super attacky. Let's see. She does, however, have a crossbow, I think it was. So we're gonna attack with that. Yeah, light crossbow.
Do it.
She's gonna attack the humanoid that Kyla hit. She might have to move up for that, like here.
Is that the closer of the two?
Yeah. Can you guys see the health bars over them?
Not the humanoids. We can for the kobolds. Or I can for the kobolds.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Hey, don't worry, our luck will run out eventually.
Shh! Don't jinx us!
That's true. I'm trying to lean into it to curb the jinx in our favor.
Yeah. Ia steps up, crouches down, and draws her crossbow in one fluid motion and sticks a bolt into the guy. He falls to the ground, clutching at his thigh. Ah! He drops this metallic rod that has these arcs of electricity sparking between them. These little metal studs that are kind of nailed into this wooden bar.
Oh, so it's like a taser, kind of?
Yeah. Karen.
Oh boy. Karen is going to run to just about here and vault over the fence while casting an Eldritch Blast at this guy.
I love how we're just ignoring the kobold.
I feel like Yuri wants to take some shots, maybe. So.
Yeah, only the first group. It looks like they were. Looks like they're getting the heck out of there.
I want some fast
Oh my!
Nice.
What,
Roll some damage.
Ooh.
What
Wow.
the deuce, man?
Yeah, I think you forgot you made us level 2 instead of level 1.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. We got more
It's
coming.
okay.
Just throw an ancient black dragon at us. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We got this, don't we, Jared?
It's very curious what happens after death.
Karen charges forward like a golden beacon, and as she's vaulting with her foot, she's kicking off the fence and in midair fires her eldritch blast and says, "You leave this goodly town alone, I need that in!"
Yeah, you go ahead and give yourself inspiration for that. That was really cool.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Inspiration Squad.
you're yeah, it's only a 2-foot tall wall, so everybody else is just stepping over it, but you do that
Yeah, she
That
has
little-
to jump over it.
that little combat maneuver where you plant one hand down and swing your legs over it.
Pew!
Action hero.
Very cool. Uri.
Let's see. So those guys are down. All that's left are kobolds. Is this a single story structure or a double story?
This is one of the bigger buildings in town. It's got 2 stories.
Okay. Can I see a window anywhere on the second floor?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So while all of this is happening, and Kyla is, referencing his power and stuff like that, I think Yuri will take a cue, and he's going to use his action to dash, since both of the humanoids are now down. He's going to run forward, leap over the 2-foot wall, and then take a springing jump to crash through a second-floor window to try to find anybody inside.
Heck yeah. Give me an athletics check. If you succeed, you still have an action when you land. If not, it takes it out of you.
That's fine. Alrighty. Athletics.
Of course I'll succeed.
Oh yeah.
18.
Peerless athletics.
Yeah,
Alright,
you see a window that's partially open, and you leap through it, and tumble to the ground. You see an old man coughing from the smoke that's starting to fill up the room. Who are you?
You can call me Yuri, friend. Let's get you out of here.
It's not going to take much convincing. His house is on fire, and he follows you.
I think Yuri's intent is to just walk back to the window he smashed through, pick up the guy, and then just jump back out.
I imagine him over the shoulder, like a sack of potato.
Yeah, he has to make this look as impressive as possible. That's
Absolutely.
the entire point. So
He was making a move to like go downstairs, and you just like, to me, friend. And,
there's no time. We have to get out now.
and you you shove him over your shoulder and leap out the window. Oh, it knocks the wind out of him when you get down to the ground. But yeah, you're fine.
Land near the kobolds with a thundering crash.
They cheer.
You're next.
Tasty meat, yeah. Kobolds number 3. They are going to step down here and do a sling at Karen. We'll do one of each. One at Kyla and one at Ia. So we'll go left to right. Kyla,
Yes.
Karen, Ia. Ooh, Ia got hit.
Yeah.
What did you roll?
22.
Hit. You just barely hit, I'll have you know. Just barely.
Does-
Skip.
And Kyla, what's her armor class? 15, she's good.
Yeah. Look at my character sheet.
Cool.
Karen Spacey is
Shit.
17.
3 sling bolts whiz by you and Kyla and Karen's heads, but Ia takes one in the ribs. So that was Kobolds 3 and Kobolds 2. They're going to move down and pelt Ugg a couple of times.
They can try.
Yep. 10 and 19 I think is going to hit Ugg, so he takes 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. He's not raging yet. He's too observant to be angry right now.
And Kobold 1s go. They are fleeing. They're running away.
As well you should!
Dragons!
Kobolds are basically dragonborn, but less cool and a lot smaller.
So if we have orcs and goblins, we have dragonborn and kobolds.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so
Elves and gnomes.
Yeah. I'm willing to buy that.
and these Cobalt cultists are very dead. So Ugg, it's your turn.
Alright, Ugg, who's just... Which ones pelted him? These over here?
Yeah, those two. And they're beginning to question their life decisions.
Yeah, again with a bulging vein in his forehead, stricken out of his silent observation of the proceedings. Ugg just stomps forward, activates his rage, and is gonna attack the one that actually hit him. I'm not sure which one that was. And I think because he's super angry, this is gonna be a reckless attack.
All right.
How reckless is it?
Extremely.
That means you get
Reckless enough.
So reckless, I think, means you get advantage on the attack roll, but everybody else gets advantage to hit you back. Right?
That is correct. So would have helped in this case, but here's I assume an 18 hits.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh,
So 7 in total. What are you doing? I guess it's enough.
Yeah. Yeah, Ugg he doesn't walk over the barrier, he just kicks his way through it. and buries his big double-bladed axe into the shoulder of one of these things. Kyla, it's your turn.
Firebolt. That is my new favorite cantrip, I think. Will a 13 hit?
Yes.
I'm attacking them on the far right, by the way.
This guy? All right.
Oh no!
Pew!
It's better than nothing.
Yep.
That's true.
1 second.
With all the good rolls we've had, I'm pretty natural to roll a 1 on fire damage against some kobolds.
Right.
Rawr. Okay.
Well, I can't breathe water, so somebody else is gonna have to deal with that.
So yeah, you sling another bolt of fire at this kobold, and it explodes on his chest. It damages him, but he's still vertical. Ileana.
Alright, let's see. How controllable is this fire? Like, if she spent her action putting this out, how much would that do?
How's she planning to do it? What's she want to do?
Let's see. If there's some kind of maybe... No, there's not much water around, so I'd say she'd take like a bunch of leaves and then put them on the fire and then like stamp it out. And just repeat that process.
So looking for like some wet brush or something to bury the fire in.
Yeah.
All right. What the heck would that be? Oops.
Survival, maybe?
I could see survival. Yeah, dealing with some forest fires. Let's say success. You extinguish half of the blaze over here. Failure, you can extinguish it, but it'll do 2d6 fire damage to you. Yeah, you needed a 13, so you can either put out the fire and take some damage, or let it burn.
Let's see. I think she'd be okay. She's also a cleric, so she can heal herself. I think she can take the fire damage.
All right. You take 4 fire damage. And then we'll...
Nice.
The pin.
Select the thing. Why won't you select? I hate you. Oh, because it's in the background there. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. The building is gone.
Oops. What did I do? Can I...
It broke down!
Whew. Can you see it now?
Yeah, fire's back.
Okay. All right. I got this. I got this. Why won't you do it? Oh well. It's in God's hands now.
Which one?
We'll just,
Okay, I can do this. Then I can do this. There we go.
Nice.
That was easy. Alright. So yeah, she takes a little bit of damage, but she continues throwing these like these wet grass clippings that she found nearby or something. Just burying the fire and smothering it. Karen, it's your turn.
I had a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
Would I be able to like have prestidigitation be an item interaction if I'm using it to put out a fire?
I don't understand the question.
Like, so is prestidigitation the one where you can snuff out like smaller flames, right?
Yeah, I think it's meant to be like candles or maybe a torch.
Like if a curtain had caught on fire or something, you could probably put that out.
Gotcha. Can I do a little damage control? Can I manage that?
maybe like a square?
Maybe with an Arcana check.
Okay, I can do that.
Let's see. Pretty much the same deal. You
Makes me roll Arcana.
yeah.
Which I have a 0 modifier for that bad boy.
Oh, DC 13.
Bad.
Fire? What's that? I don't
Fair,
remember
you're-
what that is.
You're a warlock with no formal training or knowledge
Yeah.
of anything magical.
I believe. Okay, so that was her regular action, which she beefed, I suppose.
Yeah. So
I have her item interaction instead just be picking up one of these weird wooden metal tasers,
Mhm.
and maybe that's what distracted her so badly.
yeah, you pick it up and it feels like a normal club, but it's obviously got like electricity crackling all over it.
Dope.
You start using prestidigitation to try and give stuff, put stuff out, but it's just cropping back up faster than you can put it out. If you want to spend a level 1 spell slot, I'll go ahead and get rid of this whole section though.
Ooh, yes, I would love to spend a level 1 spell slot.
Cool.
Karen's the hero this time. She looks over smugly at Yuri.
You're not even facing that direction because
No.
he literally just jumped out of the building.
Yeah, so there's it's still smoldering a bit, but it has you've put the bulk of the fire out. Like you kept trying, and eventually you just channel, like you tap into that inner well of power, and basically suck the fire right out of the wood.
I think she sucks it back into her hand and it disappears in motes of gold.
Nice.
Do you see maybe her amber glows on her staff or something?
Absolutely. Ooh, maybe she sucks it into the amber.
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh, that
That's
would
even
be awesome.
cooler.
There we
Very
go.
cool.
We nailed it, guys.
Got it.
Collaborative storytelling.
All right, Uri, you have an old man on your shoulder. He's going, put me down, you fool.
If that's how it's going to be. He'll drop him on the ground, determining that he's done everything he can for this old codger. He'll take a look around. You said Kobold Group 1 is currently in fleeing mode, right?
Yeah, but they're keeping an eye on you guys just because it's cool to watch.
All right. And these three were attacking Kyla Nightgem.
But they also have torches, and they're running. They're about to turn south into town.
Okay. Yeah, I think he identifies that this group is the more problematic. So he's going to move to right here and try to get, as all of these guys with his dragon breath.
Aww.
Do it.
They're in a line. How many times am I going to get a perfect line?
You do that between a short rest, right?
Yeah, did we get a short rest?
Yes, absolutely. I was just making sure I was keeping it.
That's a short rest ability. Lay on hands, I don't get back until a long rest. So if we didn't get a long rest, then I don't have any lay on hands points right now.
Go ahead and take it.
Oh, okay. So maybe he sees these kobolds are still, they're running away kind of, but looking back, and he points a clawed finger at them and says, "Behold my power!" And then turns to breathe another line of fire at all three of these kobolds.
Those poor kobolds.
Yeah, I know. So it's a DC 12 dex save from all of them.
What's the damage? If you get 10 or more, then it doesn't matter. Oh.
6. Ah!
So they all, like, you say, "Behold my power," and then they get ready for it, and they're ready to duck. If you want to set something important on fire, you can kill all three of these.
Oh, yeah, of course I would have mucked this up in the middle. That's perfect. Can I maybe just, undo part of what they've done right here? Like, maybe, or if you want to spread it somewhere else?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so what happens is you say, "Behold my fire," and you spew this gout of flame. They with that audio cue, they're like, "I'm getting the heck out of here," and they all duck down or turn aside and try and get out of the way. And it hits this. It hits all three of them, but they're starting to get back up and they're running away from you. But it also hit this barrel that was standing behind them right here, and it just goes up, boom, in this huge explosion, and basically catches this side of the building on fire again.
At least it looks super cool.
Yeah, Yuri is delighted by this.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah, he breathes the fire out, the explosion goes up, and he's just like, and then realizes that the building is now more on fire, and oh.
And the prone man's crawling away. Damn it. All right.
Things can be saved, your life can't be. And that's his turn.
They did.
So Kobold Group 3, get out of that initiative order.
Would you like me to draw some more fire for you?
Oh, sure. All right. So that was Eerie. Kobold Group number 2 just saw his friend get smacked. He sees his other friends running away, and he's thinking, man, that seems like a good idea. But
Oh, sorry. I got booted for a second. Oh, no.
he's
Am I
gonna.
still turtle?
There you go.
Yeah, you're fine. He's gonna slice at Ugg with a dagger before running away. Will a 12 hit? Oh no, will an 18 hit?
Get an attack of opportunity as he runs away because he uses action to attack.
Yes.
His armor class is 15, it looks like. Is that right?
Frog?
Yeah, that's right, because he doesn't have armor. It's Dex plus Con. So yes, that does hit.
Okay. You are raging, so I think you're resistant to damage, right?
Resistant to all physical damage, yep.
Okay, so you take 3 damage.
Is that 3 before it gets rounded down?
No, it's just that's he hit you for 6, so you only take 3.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then he turns to scamper away and join his friends, and gets an attack of opportunity.
Oh, also, he had used his reckless attack last time, so Kobold should have had advantage on the attack roll.
Yep, that's why that's why he got an 18 instead of a 12.
Okay. All right. And 18.
He saw an opening and he took it and he paid for it with his life.
He sure did.
Well,
So he's now a puddle of just scales on the ground, nothing else.
Basically.
All right.
Ugg pulling his weight.
So Kobold 2s are done. Kobold 1, it looks like they are, they're excited. They're happy to be here, and they're heading south into town. I have another thing to share with you. Do you spend a little time like putting out this fire? If you want to chase down those kobolds, you get them, no problem. But
if they're heading into town, then yeah, we should probably get them. But if they're just wandering off, then we'll just let them go. They're not going to be much of a problem, I don't think.
No, they have flasks of oil in their hand and a torch.
oh no, we gotta get him!
I would like to lobby for a shot of Ugg just chasing after them with his great axe, looking furious, and the kobolds like scampering just ahead of him.
Like that meme of the girl who's running away.
Why are you running?
Why would you? I'll leave that to Ugg. Yuri feels bad, and he's going to try to help put out the rest of the fire.
All right, yeah. As you're putting out this fire and chasing down the kobolds and dealing with that stuff, just this overwhelming sense of dread comes over you. Everybody, give me a will save. At DC's wisdom. Sorry, yeah. Will save is a 3.0 reference.
Oh, natural 20! Yuri knows. Yuri knows.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, Karen's dead instantly.
There's
Bye.
there's highs and lows.
But then we have Kyla, who's perfectly in the middle.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Look at that.
Yep.
That is amazing,
In
actually.
all
We just had a
things.
tempered, well-rounded group.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and say just Ian fail with Kyla and Karen, so Uri can have the spotlight. I shared with you a little audio clip that you can start playing if you want.
Hold on. Let's see. I might want to use a luck point on this.
Don't use a luck point on this. You can if you want to, but it's not worth it.
Alright, I want that.
Basically, it's a fear check, so I don't know if paladins are immune to fear in this edition.
I think there's some provision where their aura helps against it at a later point, but it doesn't do anything right now. But Yuri apparently is.
It's ever so good.
Hold on a second. So you're putting out the fire, and then you start seeing other fires pop up in town. You're seeing troops move into the town, and lots of just moving figures back and forth. Wagons are coming in, but that supernatural sense of dread just causes you to shrivel in on yourself, and you look up, and silhouetted on the big full moon, you see the unmistakable shape of a winged dragon.
Oh no!
There's kind of be a problem if it didn't have wings. I mean, that would be pretty disturbing.
Or would it be more impressive?
So
Oh jeez.
Oh, jeez, indeed.
So as this thing circles the town, it's letting loose with these blasts of lightning, and anyone that failed their save can't move towards the dragon, and What else?
I'd say Kyla, just like the reason she can't move is just like she is so amazed. She's like, whoa, look at that dragon.
Well,
It's pretty cool.
you can have that and terrifying fear. Because
Not mutually exclusive.
yeah, the dragon is putting out its fear aura as it's circling around. Uri, you're the only one that isn't affected. Everyone else kind of huddles back into this building and looks out at it. You see the moonlight glinting blue off of its shimmering scales as it takes these lazy circles around the town.
Yuri takes slow steps away from the group to stand out on his own as he just watches it fly in these lazy circles, cracking his knuckles.
We need to get out of here!
No, what about the people in the town?
They're super crispy already! I think we should just go!
Can't run from such a challenge.
Can't we?
Shameful.
She's got no retort.
He's standing out in like the lawn, and you guys are like yelling through the windows, "Get down, you moron!" And he's just out there standing bold and brash as he always is.
Bold and brass.
Puts his hands out and says, "We're all monuments to greatness. We need only polish the edge and dig deeper to find it. What better chisel to use than this?"
When it's circling by over the northwest side, it does make eye contact with you, and but it doesn't like move to engage or anything like that. Do you have insight trained or anything like that?
I don't think so, but let me double check. I do not have insight trained down.
Go ahead and roll for me then.
Boop. 10.
It obviously makes eye contact with you and sees the dead cultists and kobolds around you, but then just keeps moving on. You're not sure why.
So it's moving away from the town, or is it still just doing?
No, it's circling around the town, and every once in a while, it launches a bolt of lightning down into the town. And you hear the screams of people. Other fires are breaking out.
How long does the fear thing last?
About a minute. But he could reapply it if he felt like it.
Right, like, how do we get its attention?
Ug's like, what?
I feel like
Attention, you say?
once the fear has worn off, Karen just keeps shouting to get him back in the building. I don't think it works, but she's trying.
Yeah, once the fear wears off, Kyla's just gonna, like, run up here.
Sorry, I didn't see it. Yeah.
Good lady nature.
Oh, she's just gonna stand by Yuri to watch the dragon.
Steel yourself, lady nature.
Oh,
What do you know of this creature?
Well, for one thing, wait, how old is the dragon, Dad? How big is he?
it's an adult.
Oh, snap, okay. Well, I can tell you that it's an adult blue dragon. They breathe lightning. They are very, very proud, and they do not stand to any insults. If you insult it, you are basically fried. So just, if we do end up talking to it, make sure you compliment it. Don't.
I could do that.
Yeah, they also love treasure like all dragons. I don't know what specifically kind of treasure they like, but yeah, they would obviously love treasure.
Oh,
Compliment. Why would we compliment it?
when it comes back around, you're just driven back inside from the fear. Kyla.
Oh, okay.
Where are you going?
I don't know!
Where I must.
Yeah, the old man has like picked himself up off the ground and scrabbled back inside.
I think
the thing's still on fire.
it's true. Whoops. I think there is definitely a moment where enough time passes as the dragon is circling and Yuri sees everyone else having a normal reaction to this, where maybe it starts to settle in that it's not a good idea to tempt fate in such a way.
Yeah, you definitely felt the fear. You just were not overcome by it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think maybe he will move back towards the structure. If not going inside, then at least right outside.
So you're just leaning up against the building. So, what's up, guys?
I don't know if he's quite that casual. It's more he doesn't want to go all the way back inside, but he's now starting to feel that, maybe he can't fight a dragon on his own.
Do we have any kind of chance against something like this?
No.
No, we can't fight it. Absolutely not. The only thing we might be able to do is convince it to go away somehow. Maybe a bribe of some kind, or just, worship it? I don't know how to explain it. Let's see. Does anybody have anything really, really shiny? How shiny are gold dragons get? He has a few of those.
I've got my staff, but I kind of need it.
No. This is just to get its attention.
I mean, we have gold. That's about it. My armor is polished to a sheen, as you can see.
Karen cast light on some stones.
The old man says, "You want its attention? What are you talking about? Get out of my house!"
Thank you for the hospitality.
You're welcome for saving you.
It's thank you, but don't summon a dragon here. Are you crazy? What's wrong with you people?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this. The halfling's the only one among you that has sense.
That's kind of rude way to put that. But alright.
Alright, we're gonna cast light on some stones or something and throw those out, see if that gets the dragon's attention.
Is everybody wanting to get the dragon's attention here?
I guess.
Oh, I didn't know. I just assumed because nobody.
Let's do it.
Yeah, perhaps you should speak for us, Lady Nature.
Sure.
Alright. Columns of black smoke are rising from burning buildings. You see running figures that are little more than dots moving in and out of the town, and a dark winged shape wheels low over the keep that rises above the center of the town. So, you cast light, and are you hanging outside this guy's house, or are you moving closer into town?
I'd say we'd move like a little bit away from the house, but we're not going to be like all the way over here. We'd probably be like here or something.
If you're within the bounds of the fence, you're still near the house, I'm saying.
I'd like to also throw out at this time that Yuri's character flaw is headstrong and overconfident. Which is specifically, my skills serve me well, but my hunger for glory and renown sometimes gets me into conflict.
Seems accurate.
So, yeah, Yuri's gonna support Kyla in whatever way seems appropriate here, since she seems to have a better grasp of the situation. And he's beginning to doubt his ability to punch this dragon into submission.
Yeah,
It's like every time it goes by in the air and everybody scurries away from it, he sees maybe another piece of how big it is,
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's pretty massive. So, you cast light on a few stones and try to toss it up into the air to get this thing's attention. Let's see what mood it's in. Let's say high is good for you. Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no! Okay. Oh my god, we're gonna die! We're gonna die!
No.
Out of character, we're gonna die!
Alright.
It's gonna be fine, but we're gonna die.
You guys are all kind of together. So, you throw up a few stones, and it looks at you, and you just see this contempt, seething contempt. It flies over you and launches a bolt of lightning right into the midst of you. Everybody give me a reflex save.
Would that be a dex save?
Dexterity, sorry.
3.5.
13.
11.
19.
Alright, let me figure out what this is.
I don't mean to interject, but if it's, I believe it's a 30 by 5 foot line, so I don't think it would hit all of us unless.
I don't think you want me following the exact rules here, kiddo. So you just let me do me. Where the heck is the daggum dragon? Oh yeah, it's back in Greenest. We're gonna go back to Greenest. Do do do. Alright, so you guys are up here. And we have...
Oh, it's very shiny blue.
Lovely.
God, it's so big.
Oh, it's a big boy.
A real chonker.
Hefty, hefty, hefty. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy.
We'll say the DC is 15. So, who got... who beat it? We also need one for Ugg and Iya.
Nope.
Ida was the second one. Kyla was the first.
So it looks like Karen and Iya are the only two that pass.
Okay.
I'm excited to meet your new characters in 2 weeks on Saturday.
People that failed take 15 points of damage. People that succeeded take 7.
Oh. My
Oh
body.
my god! She's got 2 hit points left, but she's not dead yet.
I'm down to 9. 9 of 24.
Oh boy. I'm at 12.
I'm so glad that sling from the kobold missed her earlier, otherwise she would be dead.
Alright, so the you get the dragon's attention. That part of your plan works perfectly. And this dragon wheels over, and apparently he's just not in the mood to deal with you. And he launches a bolt of lightning, and it happens so fast, everyone's just laying on the ground. Unless you succeeded, you were able to jump out of the way. You blink and you realize that you're still alive, and you realize that you should not be. Kyla, like a dragon of this scale, if it wanted to have killed you, you were dead.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Is the dragon within earshot? Like, can we call out to it or something and it hear us?
With prestidigitation, anything is possible.
Yes, you can get the dragon's attention again. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but that is something you can do.
Let's see. Well, I don't want to just leave this town to die from this blue dragon. And, like, so I feel like we should at least try to...
Do you have insight trained?
Let me see. No.
Alright, roll insight with advantage since you're a dragon scholar.
19.
For whatever reason, this dragon's heart is not into this attack. If it was, it would have killed you. It would have burnt these houses to the ground and would be smacking into the castle in the center. Instead, it seems to just be flying in circles, and as you're watching, it's launching bolts of lightning, but it's not actually hitting houses. It's just hitting like the center of the ground, and near people to send them scurrying away.
I see. Odd. She would inform her teammates of this. She would be like, for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to want to be. I feel like it's kind of being bribed to or forced to attack this town somehow.
You know, I can relate because I feel like maybe I could personally be bribed to leave this town and never come back. Currently, right now, we should chase it.
Yuri is still flat on his back, smoldering slightly with soft currents of electricity occasionally flitting through him.
She slaps his cheek. Come on.
He coughs out a small puff of smoke and says, "Ugh, Lingo was standing a moment ago."
Funny how quick that happens. Let's get out of here.
Push himself to his feet and is ready to not be out in the open anymore.
I have a question. Does Kylo recognize this dragon, like from a particular drawing? Like, are there any stories about this dragon?
Nope.
Okay.
Well,
Alright.
there seems to be nothing further we can do here, so...
Should we get to the castle? I mean, there's walls. We can
Yeah.
hide and survive.
Yeah, it looks like anybody that's able to is like streaming towards the castle. Like the closer buildings, people are just like running to that. The gates are open, and it looks like the troops that have moved in are slowly but surely moving into the town. But it doesn't look like they're stopping them from getting inside.
So the troops are coming from the castle?
No. The
kobold troops are moving in.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, the raiding party that's coming into town is moving in, but it doesn't look like they're actively preventing people. People that get caught by them, yeah, they get cut down, but it doesn't look like they could be like driving a wedge between like the people trying to get into the castle and those that aren't. If you want to get into the castle, you need to kind of get a wiggle on to get over there.
I think I'm gonna try to get its attention again, but I'm gonna step away from you guys, so that way it would probably just hit me if it wants to attack again.
Oh boy.
I think Yuri puts a hand up and says, "Lady Nature, this is not wise."
I have a feeling this dragon doesn't want to be here, and I think we might be able to maybe get it to call off the raid, because people are dying down there. You can see that.
I have a question.
Yes?
So if she's a dragon cult infiltrator, would she know anything about these troop movements? And like, if they come into this town, are they like stocking up to stay here, or are they just taking shit and leaving?
Lately they've been raiding. They've been raiding surrounding towns. They haven't hit anything as big as Greenest. Nothing with the castle. Mainly just the outlying little hamlets and just ransacking those. So
Okay.
yeah, they are taking stuff and leaving. Usually they'll take a few prisoners, and then any treasures they can get their hands on.
We might be able to outlast him in the castle, but we gotta get there, and I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not exactly built to scale walls.
I think, if Kyla is determined to do this, Yuri isn't going to stop her, but he's also not going to leave her behind, so maybe they would just hide in the shadows as she tries to do this, so that they can at least recover her.
Karen pulls Yuri into that big bush on the map, just peeking out through the leaves that are probably also on fire.
Yuri is not at all concealed by this bush.
Nope. He's so big.
It's like he has a patch of leaves on his head, but everything else. It's like he's trying to camouflage, but not.
You're doing great.
Maybe we'll tell the others to go ahead, but make sure we're waiting here for Kyla as she tries this.
Yeah, you find an abandoned building to hide out in, and you try to get the dragon's attention again.
Okay, this time we're not gonna go with the light stuff like we tried before. This time I want to try a more vocal approach. Kyla's gonna shout something along the lines of, "Hello, great dragon. May I please have a moment of your time to speak with you?" Do I need to roll for that?
I'm thinking. Yeah, it flies over you, sees the smoldering remains of the party, and sees you come out in the middle, like almost to the edge of the road here, and you're calling out to it, and shakes his head, circles one more time around, and then lands in the middle of the intersection. The gust of wind from this thing's wings just washes over you and sends debris and dust in your face. And have you ever held your hand outside of like a gravel road or whatever and felt like that stinging of the grit in the air? Yeah, it feels like that.
Karen lifts up her eye patch to look with both of her regular eyes.
Both of them super wide.
Yep.
Kyla's gonna let the dragon speak first, just out of respect.
Yeah, it stands there and tests you, and like just waits and waits until like this long pregnant pause just draws out. What do you want?
I would like to know why you're attacking this town. You don't seem to want to attack this town. I apologize if my assumption is incorrect.
He narrows his eyes. What do you care, little one?
This town, well, obviously there's innocent people who live here, and there are people dying, and I intend to do what I can to at least save as many lives as possible, because I know some of these people.
It sits back on its haunches, flexes its wings out, and they like cross the entire road before he folds them back up. I tell you what. There is a dragon hatchery near here, to the southeast. If you promise to get me my egg back, then I won't kill another soul tonight.
I will acquire your egg, and I will bring it back to you. I promise.
I shall put someone in touch with you. And with that, he lifts off and flies into the air. And the wind is so great that it just forces you back against the building that you were standing near. And it continues to launch lightning at the town, but it's not hitting anybody. Like, it's not even near buildings anymore.
Oh, the awesome part of the D&D music just started.
Nice.
Like it just now switched to like this heroic thing where it's like da-da-da, da-da-da.
Nice. Mine just ended and switched over to an ambient, quiet tavern.
I didn't link to something else. I had to go back. It's good.
But yeah, there are still fires burning in the town. You see different wagons that are set up outside of people's houses and businesses, and just people going in and out of buildings and taking stuff.
Kyla's gonna run back to the jury, and Karen's gonna be like, "Did you hear that? There's a dragon egg to the southeast."
That was incredible. How are you alive?
I am not entirely sure about that.
Thank the gods you are.
He said there was a hatchery to the southeast. But why would he be attacking this town to get back an egg? It seems to me it might be in their castle.
The
Being a bit of a rogue myself.
I knew it! I knew it was the mayor. It's always the mayor.
It's always a mayor.
Ugg nods in agreement.
Oh, I have a quick question.
Let's bring it back to the hatchery and then never talk to that dragon again.
This is a bit far-fetched, but when the dragon landed, did any blue scales drop or something? Kyla's collection. She's trying to get one of every kind. Not to sell, just for fun.
Yeah,
So
no.
she can absorb power. Yes.
Let's see. Give me a roll. Yeah, just roll a d20. And then the 10 or higher, you get yourself a dragon scale.
Ooh. Nice.
Nice.
2 out of 10 acquired.
What was I doing? Okay, there we go. So yeah, you guys are huddled in a building. Kyla just finished talking to a blue dragon. And what would you like to do?
I think Yuri is internally a little sullen because Kylo was brave enough to stand there and talk to the dragon and he cowered. And that's not what heroes do. But he doesn't say anything about this.
Karen doesn't notice. She's still shaking as she walks. She's like, it was so big.
Perhaps now we should go to the castle.
Yes, that would be the wise thing to do. Probably should have done that earlier.
You can use those honey words on the mare to find out what's going on.
I would like the entrance to be Karen kicking the door open to the keep with a gust of mighty air. I mean, it's a good entrance.
No, if we get there, you can maybe do that.
Wonderful. I'm just announcing my plans so you all are aware.
So the dragon said there was an egg to the southeast. Did you mean like in Greenest, or to the southeast of Greenest?
Southeast of Greenest.
Okay.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
So, give me just a second. And that probably matches up with the camp that Karen was talking about. 1 second.
Man, I thought we were pretty well iced.
Eerie is looking down at himself in the singed patches of scales.
Oh.
I'm a Best Buy ad. Don't do that.
Hmm?
There was an ad that popped up in the middle of the thing.
How dare!
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Man, I want some popcorn.
I'm actually going to step away for just a moment to use the restroom while X is gone. I'll be right back.
Are we muted or no?
No.
Oh, hi, Sue. You're so sleepy. Hey, sweet little girl. Sleep.
Okay.
Doug will be back in just a moment.
So, general plan is trying to get over to the castle.
Absolutely. We got some words to put to the mayor.
That jerk.
Yeah, right.
That must be why. The reason he didn't want to be attacking this town, they probably said that if he didn't do this for them, then they would get rid of or destroy his egg or something.
Could be.
I just tend to trust no mayor ever. I think that's just maybe an Alli prejudice.
That dovetails nicely with mayors not wanting to trust halflings.
Exactly. Especially Karen. Garbage can.
What a twist. She has 2 eyeballs.
I know. See, she wears an eye patch for pirate logic. So if it gets like to a different level of lighting, she can switch it so she can still see perfectly.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
There we go.
God bless you.
Thank you. Everybody having fun?
Oh yeah, this is great, dude. We're having a great time.
Got another dragon scale.
We didn't get eaten by a dragon.
Awesome.
It's going well.
Yeah, you have this shimmering blue scale that that has fallen off, and it's just razor sharp to the touch. Like if you ran your finger along it, you'd cut your finger. And when you pick it up, there's like this static field around it. Have you ever picked up like something plastic that had been like rubbed against something, or like a balloon or something like that? That field of just electricity, you can feel it on there.
She pulls out this tiny little case with like different sleeves and labels, and she puts it in the blue.
Karen waggles her finger at it. You can make a pretty cool spear out of that.
Good.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Was there anything you were wanting to do with that little shock rod that the 2 guys in blue robes were using?
Oh yeah, she wanted to hand it over to Ugg in case he wants to electrocute people as he smashes them. Just sounded fun. I don't know. Karen is not a person who can smash.
Yeah, he picks it up and he touches it, and it's like shock of electricity arcs up into his hand. And, oh!
Oh, sorry, pal. My bad.
That's the wrong end. Hold the other way.
My axe is good enough.
Yeah, maybe we can sell this. Neat.
Sure.
All right.
Or we can toss it into a puddle while an enemy is in it.
So,
Is it enchanted?
you're not sure.
Karen's a backwater warlock. She doesn't know anything about magic.
I do not have detect magic.
I have tech magic. I might be able to use it on this.
I'd probably save my spell slots until I got into a safer spot. But if you're dying to know right now if it's magic or not, right now know that if you hit somebody with it, it'll shoot electricity into it.
Yes.
We'll just make Ugg carry it, and then we can use identifying stuff later.
Yep, there were 2 of them if you were curious, if you wanted more than one.
We do. And I'll put that in the party inventory.
Cool. Alright, so you guys are up near Old Man Wilson's house.
Oh, is that what we landed on, name-wise?
Sure. Unless you got a better one.
I do not.
His house is not burning. But a couple of the houses between you and there are. You do see people moving in and out, so how would you like to go about getting to the castle?
Very stealthily. Maybe Karen scouts ahead from intersection to intersection.
Right, so the town at this point is swarmed by kobolds?
Yes.
Okay.
Kobolds, some guys in robes, and then some guys in arms and armor.
And everything's on fire.
And there's things on fire.
Let me see.
But the thatch isn't very good at catching fire, at least according to this module. So the town's not burning well. A few of the buildings are just complete and total losses, but for the most part, the town is mostly intact.
Yuri is going to lobby for, let's just get to the castle, and if there are people along the way that need help, we can deal with it as necessary.
All right. What's everybody's hit points looking like, just so I know?
I have 2.
12.
I'm 9 out of 24.
You want to sling any healing at anybody before we move on?
I would like more than 2
Here's
hit
the
points.
data vault that I want us to see.
I think that sounds reasonable.
Alright, looks like our cleric has Cure Wound.
She's a life cleric, right?
Mm-hmm. So I think she gets to add her wisdom modifier to heal spell, or it's like 2 plus the level of the spell, I think.
Something like that.
Alright, Cure Wounds. Let's see. Cast at what level? Level 1.
Alright, let's see. Whenever you use a spell of first level or higher to restore hit points to a creature, they regain additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level.
Yep, okay. So I will change her spell real quick. Try to.
It's like a global healing modifier, basically.
Wait, did that heal multiple people or just one person?
Just one person.
Just one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I fixed both Healing Word and Cure Wounds. So who wants 8 hit points?
Kyla already added it.
Okay. Anybody else?
I would not mind some.
She's got 2 more spell slots.
I still have 12. I can wait till I'm in a more dire spot.
Yeah, I do get into the thick of it, so I wouldn't
You do.
mind having one. And I have my lay on hands points, but I want to hang on to those.
The paladin casts lay on hands on self.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he just pats himself down.
Yes.
Quit touching yourself, Doug.
It's Yuri, not me. Yeah, Yuri. Gross nerd.
Alright, well I will go ahead and cast Cure Wounds again, maybe. Did that take? Oh, there we go. Why did that not?
So 2 plus, so it should be an additional 3 on top of that.
It should. Why didn't it take it?
And
Wait, does Kyla also get an additional
she
thing?
should have, yeah. Yeah.
There we go. I did it
So
wrong.
11. Beautiful. You want to test it one more time just to see
Yeah.
if it.
Does anybody want the actual result?
I'll stick with the 11. I'm good with that. Let's see.
Alright, I will
Back to
cast
20.
Cure Wounds at level 1. 1
Ha!
plus 3 plus 2.
Congratulations.
There we go.
So it should be.
So the
It's 2 plus the spell's level. So it should have been plus an additional 3.
that was plus additional 3. Alright.
But the spell itself gets her modifier, right? So it's the Cure Wounds is 1d8 plus her spell modifier, but then her life domain adds.
She has a
That
15 wisdom, which is a 2 modifier.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought she had a 16 wisdom. That's my fault.
I forgot she was life domain.
And that is correct. Yes, sir.
Cool. Alright, so
Onward!
basically you want to start sneaking through town. You do have advantage on this because like there's a lot of chaos going on,
And Karen is naturally stealthy.
and you might be able to do some sort of clever ruse since you were a dragon cult infiltrator.
Excellent.
All right, so go ahead and everybody give me a stealth check. The DC is probably around 10ish, and you have it,
Ooh.
and you have advantage.
Yes!
Beautiful!
Oh,
Oh,
no!
Okay, you're fine. And then one more for Ugg.
Tiny. Oh, yeah. Let me do that. Sorry. Dex. Oh, that's a dex, not stealth. There we go.
All right, so we've had one failure, so we're doing really well.
And then we need one for.
Probably roll again. Change
Oh, you
anything.
did. Okay.
Yeah, so you make it down to here, and where do you want to go? Do you want to stick to the roads or stick to the back alleys in these fields, or what do you want to do?
back alleys.
All right, so yeah.
I'll dragon was shooting at everywhere but the roads and the houses. I don't know.
He's keeping an eye on you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Yuri will follow the group's lead on this.
Karen's making her voice bounce around buildings and stuff to make it sound like it's coming from different places, shouting dragon cult code words, confusing people, general mayhem.
Nice. All right, so so you make it down to this clump of trees. You can see the castle in the distance and the inn to the south, and the inn is just ablaze. See a few figures moving around outside the front of the inn.
We gotta go make sure Cliff's okay.
Maybe in a bit.
All right.
No, we can go check on Cliff.
maybe later.
I put in a lot of effort to make sure that guy stays alive.
That's true. We gotta check
And
it out.
he sings my praises. He said that we fought like 20 kobolds at a time.
That's true.
So this is my hype man.
All
He's
right.
gotta live.
Oh, Douglas. All right.
No.
You make it down to here, and you see like the inn has just been swarmed by guys. Too many to engage. And you see this 7-foot tall, blue-skinned half-dragon. You can't make out what's being said, but you see Cliff there. He's being held by two guys, and you see a dead cultist, two dead cultists next to him, and he's struggling, but he can't get away. And Cyan, this blue-scaled guy just takes out the sword and just runs him through.
Oh,
Cliff, mighty Cliff. His
flesh wound.
his lifeblood spills out, and the guys just throw him to the ground. Opal is in tears, and her and several other people are being led away on chains.
Oh God! Did they get the hot bard?
You do not see the heart bard among them.
Oh,
He's a
thank
traitor.
God!
Who was
Oh
him
no,
all
he was
along?
a turncoat.
Oh, that's awful. Yeah, Yuri has his hand on the corner of the building they're all hiding behind, digs into the wood or stone in anger as he watches Cliff fall to the ground.
Yeah,
Even here, he's not willing to risk his friend's safety.
the plaster in the wood just comes off in your clawed hand.
He wants to look at this blue dragon. You said it was a half dragon, like a dragonborn? Like
No, not a dragonborn, a half dragon. This is
What's the difference?
one of the differences culturally. Dragonborn are like a recognized race. They look similar. Dragonborn usually don't have tails. Half dragons do. Half dragons are made by a dark ritual where they take the blood of an unborn dragon and convert somebody into this, almost like the draconian rituals of Dragonlance.
That's what I was thinking, yeah, okay.
The guy had eggs. The dragon had eggs. They could have taken the blood from that.
So, Yuri wants to commit this person's face to memory. He wants to remember this person.
That is not hard even for Yuri. If you're attached to Cliff and you want him to live, you can spend your inspiration to say he'll somehow make it. But
I think it's better for Yuri if this is part of his, like, he hasn't actually attained that oath of glory yet, so I think this is part of his story. I think there's nothing that he can do and he feels powerless, and that's part of what drives him onward.
okay,
So I'm okay with that.
all right. Cliff is no more.
No.
All right, you continue sneaking your way down. Instead of everybody rolling a whole bunch of stuff, I want to look at some random encounters.
Sounds fun.
Ooh,
Random. Mm.
how random are they?
Woohoo!
Pretty random indeed.
That's either exceptional or awful.
Yep, we'll find out shortly.
I'm fine with either. Man, this has been a big rolling session, you guys.
Yeah, it is.
Crushing it.
Crushing us.
Yeah.
All right. Like you guys are hidden behind here, and you see as you move your way around this corner, you see three people that are huddled together, and they're frozen in terror, and it doesn't look like they're from the same family. You have a half elf, an older man, and a young woman, and they're all just like looking around. They see you and they almost scream out, but manage to just freeze in terror. They start stumbling away from you.
Oh, they see us?
Mhm.
They're scared of us. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I guess we just keep going, right?
one of them is his arm is in like this makeshift sling, and another one of them has like soot covered all over him.
Wait, was one of them like one of the more humanoid-looking folks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Did I cast Charm Person on them?
you can.
I would love to.
Wait, are these townspeople or these?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I thought these were people incoming, like part of the raiding party.
No. They are.
Okay, never mind. I rescind that.
Okay.
My bad.
Bad. Probably my poor description. Yeah, that they are obvious townsfolk. One of them has a knife. The other one has a little sickle that's used for cutting wheat. And they see you come around the corner, and they're stumbling away from you. Mainly focused, just laser focused on Doug.
I think, I think this actually works against the group in this case, because Yuri just watched Cliff get gutted, and his mind is still back with that man bleeding out, so he has a dark expression. He's sort of not paying attention to the things around him, so when these people, shriek in terror at him, I think he just gives them a cold stare, but then continues walking in the direction he was going. So probably does not make the situation any better.
Definitely does not diffuse the situation. What would the rest of you like to do? They don't they don't make any move to stop you. You they scrabble back up against the wall, and you just kind of stomp past them.
Kyla says, "You need to get to the castle. It's the only place you'll be safe. You don't need to fear us. We're not your enemies."
What? You're not with them? Oh,
No, we're not.
Thank the gods. Please help us get there.
Well, lucky for you, we were heading there anyway.
So one of them is a little bit slower just because he's wounded. He's limping. It's the one with the his arm in a sling. But you're going to have to cross this big open expanse to get towards the castle.
Oh boy.
Let's see what's in your way.
Huzzah.
Hold up a giant metal rod.
All right. So this house, there's a large wagon that's about halfway full. You see a kobold in one of the upper floors just tossing things down into the wagon. There's a couple of men going in and out, but it doesn't look like they've noticed you. It looks like they're just ransacking this house.
Let's just be real quiet. Maybe they won't notice us.
Yeah, if you want to sneak around them, then it looks like they're just completely engrossed in what they're doing.
Excellent.
All right.
Out of character, I think we've established that fighting in small scale here is not going to make anything better, and there's little that we can do. So if there aren't people in trouble, then as a player, I'd say we've passed it.
Yeah.
As a character, Yuri is itching for a fight. So he's happy to smash
Wait
anything.
to smash the mayor's face in. This
That's
is all
true.
his fault, maybe.
That's a valid point.
Save your righteous fury for Mayor. I wrote down his name.
Nighthill.
Tarball Nighthill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could just do a flat sprint up the hill.
Yeah, you make it there, and you make it here, and they're like in this place. This place is just swarming with people, and they see you. They see you. They send a few kobolds and cultists to chase after you, but you manage to run up here. The gates are still they're like partially open, just barely, because there's still stragglers coming in. And they're about to close the gate, but they see you, and they're waving you on. People at the gate. The kobolds are gaining on you. They're yipping at your heels because of this one guy that's slowing you down. But the archers along the wall let loose with a volley of arrows and cause them to break off. A few of the kobolds fall to the ground, and you
Is
make.
anybody shooting? Sorry, go ahead. I said sorry. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
So yeah, the large wooden gates. Sorry, I'm losing my voice here. The large wooden gates slam shut after all of you make it into the inside. Inside, you see lots of just wounded people, hurt, battered, beaten. When some of the kobolds fall to arrows, there's a small cheer, and it looks like this is all that remains of the survivors of town. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I just have a quick question. Are any of the archers shooting at the dragon that's circling overhead? Because if they are, I want to tell them to stop because I don't want to make the dragon mad.
Anytime he gets close, they do, but he's just not getting close. They also have a ballista that's in one of the towers, and as the guys up there are just constantly keeping the ballista trained. It's the dragon's not flying anywhere close to being in range of the thing, but these men are just like pushing this huge heavy thing as this thing's just lazily flying circles around the town. And they're just moving it, and they're rotating guys out as they get tired to just keep this, doing what they think is helping to keep the dragon at bay.
I think she's gonna call up to them and say, "Stop firing at the dragon."
They look down at you like, "Are you insane, woman?"
You need to trust me. This dragon doesn't want to be here. He already promised he wouldn't hurt anybody. You need to focus on the people who are actually doing damage, not the dragon.
Doesn't really
Unless
matter.
you want to get exploded.
It doesn't really matter what you say to him. He doesn't know you from Adam. You're just somebody in gold robes that's yelling, "Hey, don't shoot at the dragon that's attacking my town." So, like, eventually he just ignores you. And they still loose a few arrows as the dragon gets close. But again, the dragon's not getting close enough to even be hit.
Okay. I was just trying to, allow them to be more effective against the actual raiders, not the dragon.
We don't know nothing about no dragons.
All right. So you guys wanted to talk to old Tarval.
Yeah.
Not Tarball.
What's the general state of things once they reach the castle?
People are beat. They're down. Like they're obviously, they know that their town is getting raided, and some people are going to be without a home. But when you come in with survivors are being reunited with their family. There's lots of tears and hugging and, oh, I thought you were dead. So the people aren't just completely downtrodden, but they're not super happy either. They're hoping that they survive the night.
Sure.
Because there is a big, huge dragon.
I think all 4 feet of Karen magically enhances her voice to shout and echo through the halls, "Where's the mayor?"
All right, give me a second. Reading some stuff. So yeah, your little halfling voice booms out and echoes off these walls. You see an older man who is looks to be in his 60s. He's seen some. He's definitely seen some action. He has a few wounds. He's bleeding from one of his legs, and there's a bandage wrapped around his head. And he, people get his attention and point at the little halfling that just made magic voice sounds. He comes over. He looks like he was giving orders and shouting at people, making sure everybody's doing what they need to be doing right now. And there's probably night. Nope. Do they have a picture for this guy?
I think the one you posted before had a picture.
Yeah, you'd shared one with us.
Surely.
My glasses have gotten dirtier. I have not touched them. How does this keep happening?
I have one under player handouts, named NPCs, Tarball and Nighthill.
Ah, there he goes.
Hey, no, it's Tarball.
Is that the one we should be looking at?
Yeah. I just wanted to give you a picture. But I can't find it. Daggers, where the heck? What's his name?
Tarball and Nighthill.
Yeah, we can access it under the player
for me,
handouts.
It's under the sub-tab player handouts, and then named NPCs, and then handout : Tarball and Nighthill.
Yeah, it's just there's so much in this thing, so...
It's kind of got like slight the Hound energy.
Yeah. It's weird that there's not a search functionality.
There was, but since it was in 2 folders for whatever reason. Bloop. Alright, so yeah, Tarball Nighthill. He looks up and he comes over to you. He's like, yes, I'm Governor Nighthill. What can I do for you?
Governor Nighthill? My lord, I thought we were just talking to a mayor. Humbly excuse me, did you take a dragon egg?
What? No!
Oh, what an insight that.
Okay, you don't need to roll. He is telling the truth.
Dang it. It wasn't the mayor.
Oh, it's always the mayor.
Why would I... No, I have... Is that why it's attacking? It thinks we have a dragon egg?
I don't know.
Why do you think that?
Don't worry about it.
The dragon said that he needs his dragon egg back, and we were wondering what that had in relation to this town, what correlation there was between the dragon egg and this town, and we were just making sure that there was nothing going on here.
Let me get this straight. That dragon is an ally of yours.
Well, I wouldn't say an ally, more of an acquaintance. Pleasant fellow, actually.
No.
Except for all the lightning.
Yeah.
He's not even hitting anything.
Karen
Yuri wants to
is so angry right now.
Yuri wants to show his lightning scorches that he still has 4 hit points worth of damage from.
Ug's still smoking. He just hasn't
Karen
stopped.
casts prestidigitation on his armor to clean it all off.
We're not even acquaintances with this creature. It shot lightning at us all the same. Well, it stands to reason that if it's angry that its dragon egg has been taken and told us to look to the southeast, then presumably whoever has the egg would be to the southeast.
Well, it's not any of my townsfolk. We wouldn't be so foolish as to steal a dragon. Where would we get one? That doesn't even make sense.
Nearby dragon hatchery. We just got here and we already know about it. How did it slip your notice, sir? Mr. Governor.
He looks at you. He's like, if that's all, I have an invasion to attend to.
This guy's a good governor, she shouts angrily.
All right.
What else do we need to ask this guy?
I'd like to know if there are any tunnels we can take out of the keep so we don't have to use the front door again.
Well, you're not really on good terms with him right this second. So he's not going to tell you about any secret tunnels, if there are any.
But what if I cast Charm Person on him?
Then for the next hour, things will be gravy if he fails his saving throw.
Wonderful. Should I attempt this? My group of adventurers?
Is Charm Person one of those things where if it does succeed, then after an hour he knows he's been trying?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
That's what it says in the book, but
It would be funny.
I'd like it to just be a question like, man, why was I so friendly with that person when she was such a jerk to me? I must have been hit on the head. I don't want it to be as like, oh, I knew it was Charm Person. And so like...
Must have been all the blood loss.
Because if it's like that, the only time you can cast Charm Person is as you're moving through a map and you just keep leaving 1 hour after you've cast it.
You are not wrong.
We should also be looking for Luce and Erlenthar. He's the reason we came here in the first place.
Forgot about that guy. Whoops.
We were too busy getting drunk and eating and listening to awesome stories about ourselves.
Was he the hot bard?
Mm-mm.
Shame.
Can we ask Mayor Knight or Governor Nighthill? Say, do you know of someone named Luce and Erlenthar?
Yes, he is. He met with me yesterday. He was in town, supposedly investigating the dragon cult, which I assume these people are.
What tipped you off?
What is
The
your
dragon?
problem, little halfling?
I've got a lot of them.
Well, if you wish the hospitality of my keep, you will be civil, or I will throw you in jail or throw you out of it.
Can I cast Charm Person?
Yes.
Wonderful.
God, do you have inspiration?
Yes, I do.
I guess that doesn't matter for Charm Person.
Yeah, it's just a save, right?
Yeah, it's a
Let me
save.
check real quick.
This is going to be great regardless.
Yeah, I mean, if you're... she never put down the shovel. She's still digging the hole.
Determined.
You're
You're digging a parabola, right?
Yes.
Arc underground.
Well, what? It doesn't say how...
It
It doesn't say the DC for the save.
It's your spell DC, so it's probably at the top right.
Oh, I'm such a dummy. I'm sorry.
So probably 13 if you have a 16.
Yeah, you're right.
charisma.
You're right.
So he says, "What? Like you better? What would he say? You better respect me, or show a civil tongue, or I'll throw you. Or if you want the hospitality,
like
blah 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 blah." And then just immediately, like you mutter some things under your breath and make a few gestures, and then he says, "My lady." He just like his tone just shifts immediately, and he does a polite bow. When did you get here? Please, come in. And he starts ushering you deeper into the keep.
She gives her companions 2 thumbs up.
Yuri turns to Kyla with just like arches a brow ridge, looking very impressed.
Karen is basically skipping after this guy. She's so pleased it's worked.
He's still talking to Kyle. He's like, "We've tried that on the dragon."
I don't think that would have gone too well.
Charm person.
You're probably right.
You're at level 9. I can cast Charm Dragon
Nice. So 65% of the time, it works every time.
every time.
Oh yeah.
All right, so he brings you in. It looks like there's a table set up with you see different things like salt shakers and
Yes,
pencils and
sausage.
charcoal and everything set up in like a mock symbol of the town, and there's like different troop movements being represented by stuff, and the veterans of the guards are just brainstorming about what they can do and how long they're going to be able to survive, and things like that. And he says, "Come in. This is where all the planning is happening. As you can see, we are being overrun, but there's no way they can get into the castle as long as that dragon doesn't attack us. We'll be fine." And after he says that, like a couple of the people kind of shift around nervously. Like, yeah, so long as the one thing that could kill us doesn't kill us, then we'll be fine.
It just wants its egg back. So if any of you have any inkling where this beautiful little blue egg might be, we can go get it for you, I suppose.
Yes. They mentioned something about an egg. Does anyone know anything about a dragon egg? And he's asking like the group at large, and everybody looks confused. No. No, and there's nothing southeast of here but wilderness, and also the dragon camp that you know about.
Speaking of the dragon, you need to order your men to stop wasting their ballista ammo on that dragon, because we talked to it and he's not going to be attacking the keep or anybody in the town. He is acting like he's attacking people, but he's not. So if you could get the ballista people to fire at like some of the people and kobolds that are actually a threat, that would be great.
He looks at you like, I don't think that's a good idea, and then he looks over at Karen to see what she thinks.
I always defer to the brilliant Lady Night Gem. She points. That is her, by the way.
It seems dangerous, but if that is what you think, then I think that would probably be a good idea. And he gives the orders, and the man he's giving them to says, "Sir," and he says, "Do not make me repeat myself. What was your name again?" And he looks down at the halfling.
Karen.
If Karen says it, then it must be true. Carry out my orders, or give me someone who can.
Like, yeah.
The guard's not 100% sure what's going on, but he has other stuff to worry about right now, so he goes off and relays the order.
Karen is usually a problem, but she tries to be the least on the rung of problems. To be addressed later.
Also, spend a first level spell slot if you haven't already.
Naturally.
Okay.
I have none left.
Well, all you need is Eldritch Blast anyway,
True.
so I think you'll be good.
All right. We're coming up on 4 o'clock, so it's about time to wrap things up, and I think this is a nice little spot.
Yeah, nice safe little hidey hole.
One of the things I like to do as part of running D&D games is a little post-mortem about the session. Let's talk about things you liked, things you didn't like, things you want to see more of, things you want to see less of, that sort of thing.
I like blasting some kobolds. That was fun.
Yeah, I think your dragon voice was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. I'm trying to...
Came through really well.
Doug,
I'm so sad about Cliff.
Doug runs a lot of RPGs for me and the rest of the gang, and he does all these cool voices and stuff, so I'm trying to live up to that.
Oh!
Oh. Well, I think you're doing a great job. I had a lot of fun.
Cool.
I think for everyone, it's important to say that voices are not mandatory.
I just think it's fun.
That I just like to do it for fun because it's fun for me, but it should never be something that anyone feels obligated to do, especially if it's stressful in any way.
Well, as a player, I always really, really enjoy it. I have a couple of friends that do this. You and my friend John. They're both just really great at voices. And so I'm just trying to do it more because even when they're bad, they're still awesome.
I really liked your kobold voices.
Yeah,
too.
they were excellent.
I think that's why my voice is going.
No, it was great. It
I like
really
that
pulled me into
tasty
that
was a
first
compliment
encounter.
for them. Very tasty.
Very good, dude.
Oh, I apologize for calling you out on the Blue Dragon breath weapon. I thought you were actually gonna do like full damage to us. That's why I was like, whoa.
No,
Oh no!
I'm not tired of running just yet, so I'm not going to do a TPK with something like that. But I made the claims like, let's roll a d20, see what kind of mood he's in, and I will say high is good for you. I rolled a 1. I'm like, well, I got to do something. Bam!
The reason I was like, it's only 5 feet was because,
Yep.
I thought it was gonna do like 20 d6s.
Well, when I've been a rules lawyer for a lot of my life, and I've tried to steer away from it, and that's where you get it from, since you are my offspring. We have a tendency to memorize the rules and call out any inconsistencies. I've tried to get better about that over the years.
I usually just hope Doug knows the rules and will tell me what they are in the moment, and it works out so winningly.
No, yeah, I certainly didn't feel that was disruptive or anything, and I think the intention on your end was, let's make sure that we're not TPK'd, but Eck, of course, holds us like fragile baby birds in his GM hand. Okay.
Oh yeah, Doug and Alli, I loved both of your voices. They were awesome.
Thank you.
I'm very taken with Kyla. I think that she's got a lot of fun backstory elements, and
She's very competent.
Yeah,
she's
I think she's the competent glue that holds the group together.
Yep.
Yep, there were
a lot of cool ones.
A lot of cool scenes. I like the description. One of the tricks that I picked up from Doug was, as a game master, sometimes he'll, like, I almost always was describing the stuff as a game master, but then one of the things I picked up from him was he always says, like, hey, well, tell me what that looks like. Or he puts some of the creative responsibility on the players, so he doesn't have to come up with a description every single time somebody swings their great axe. And
the player generally has some flavor for it too, which is awesome.
Yep, I love that everybody.
I try to do that because, as a player, I enjoy describing my character's actions because that's part of the fun for me. So I think a lot of like you said, it does take some of the lifting away from the GM, but it puts the creative power in the player's hands to be able to say, you can highlight little things about your character that might never come up. And I think that's cool.
Cool. And I'm going to plug Doug and Alli's podcast one more time. I'll put a link in the description of the YouTube video when I post it. So I hope everybody had fun. And
I had a great time.
That was amazing.
Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys later.
Sounds good.
See you next time.